Welcome to Touchdown Talk, where the only thing more inflated than our football is our confidence. And trust us, our takes are so hot they'll make Deflategate look like a cold front. Each week we're here to break down fantasy football, one dad joke, one touchdown, and about 12 bad picks at a time. Think of us like your fantasy football GPS will get you to the end zone eventually after a few wrong turns and a lot of recalculating. And hey, remember, touchdown doesn't just stand for touchdowns, it also stands for totally dad jokes. You've been warned. This is Touchdown Talk. Welcome, everybody. It's the NFL guy. It is the end of week 2. My co-host, Dadpool, unfortunately, is not here tonight. So it is a solo show tonight. He's having really bad internet connection. They're working on his internet. So Dadpool is... So it was supposed to have his internet done earlier today, so it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed, and so it's just the NFL guy who's going to be recapping the NFL. I don't think we're going to go through a lot of our topics that me and Dadpool usually go through for week 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So we are going to skip a lot of the topics tonight. We will do Tuesday touchdown turnouts, which I'm going to recap the NFL, the scores. I don't think we're going to do bad fantasy takes because I want to wait for Dadpool to show up. We are going to do 2-minute drill, aka 2-minute warning, which we're going to bring you up and let us know how you did in fantasy in week 2. Let us know how your team did this past week too. So we'll do this. We won't do ground and pound, which we talk about the running backs from week 2. Pop quiz dad. We're not going to be doing that one tonight because there's no Dadpool. Grill or chill's another one. We are going to do pigskin picks of the week. So we are going to get ready for week 3. And I am going to give my picks. So there might be a show tomorrow. Possible. There might be a show. I haven't really talked to Dadpool yet. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Touchdown Talk. So we might do... Whoa, my tablet has got a mind of its own. So anyway, we might have a show tomorrow, which we're going to do a replay. So I might recap. We might recap the NFL week 2 tomorrow if Dadpool can get his internet going. So and on that note, let's get going. All right, here we go. We're going to cover week 2. We're going to recap week 2 of the NFL. First off, I guess I should say how I did on my week 2 picks. I actually had a very good week in week 2. I went 12-4. This is the teams I got right for the week. Green Bay over Washington, Cowboys over the Giants, Rams over the Titans, Bills over the Jets, Pats over the Dolphins, 49ers over the Saints, Ravens over the Browns, Lions over the Bears. Yes, I did take the Lions over the Bears. We will bring you guys up. If you did request, we'll bring you up for the segment of 2-minute drill. So I want to hear how you did on fantasy, how your team did in week 2, your thoughts on your team's record, whoever you like in the NFL. So bear with me. I also got the Cardinals over the Panthers right. The game of the week, which my game of the week was Eagles over the Chiefs. I got that one right. Also got the Bucks over the Texans and got Chargers over the Raiders. The teams I did lose on, the 4 teams I did lose on, I took the Steelers, Seahawks won. My upset pick of the week, I took the Jaguars over the Bengals. The Bengals end up winning that game. I took the Broncos over the Colts. Colts won, crazy ending. And then the Sunday night game, I took the Vikings over the Falcons, which the Falcons end up winning that matchup. So anyway, let's get to week 2 recap of the NFL. So the Thursday night game, we had the Packers. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Had to get back onto my menu on my tablet. We had, what the heck? My tablet's got a mind of its own. I swear it's possessed. Yes. Tucker and cheese. I will say, yes, we'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the Packers here right now. So the Packers won 27-18. Jordan Love went 19 for 31 with 2 touchdowns and 292. Jordan Love, another great week. 20 fantasy points. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. And just what the heck is going on? My tablet is just playing stuff. I don't know what is going on with my tablet. But anyway, yeah, Tucker Kraft, what you just said, had a monster game. 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown, 24 fantasy points. And on the Commander side, Jaden Daniels went 24 for 42 for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zach Ertz had 6 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. And big injury news. I know a lot of people, I know I drafted him like once or twice on my teams. Austin Eckler goes down, non-contact injury, which is a Achilles, ACL, which is, I feel so bad for him. He's going to miss the rest of the season. If Merritt is available and you've got Austin Eckler on your team, definitely get that waiver wire in and pick up Krosky Merritt. And also, I got to give a shout out to Deebo Samuel. 7 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Another good week for Deebo Samuel. I end up getting Deebo Samuel super late in the drafts that I did. Deebo Samuel is such a solid wide receiver. As long he can stay. Oh, jeez, I am getting really mad at my tablet. Let me move my tablet up there. Somehow I must be touching it and it's going off. But yeah, Deebo Samuel, I end up getting super late. So, yeah, we're not going to see Austin Eckler. I don't know. I've seen some people say that is it career ending? I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for him because I know I think he had a really bad injury last year or 2 years ago where he missed the season. I feel really, really bad. But if you look on the fantasy, oh my God, I'm sorry. My phone somehow, oh my gosh. Somebody tried to call me while I'm trying to do my show. But on the fantasy side, it's good if you drafted Krosky Merritt because he's going to get all the touches. So, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. I don't know. Running backs, they take a ground and pound like so tough, like other than any position in the NFL. So I'm hoping he can bounce back. But, I drafted Krosky Merritt, I think about 6 or 7 times on my fantasy team. So, also big injury news. Jaden Reed is going to be out. I think he's going to be out for, I can't remember, how many. I think it was like 4 weeks. I think 4 to 6 or something in that range. I think he broke his collarbone, which Jaden Reed was probably the Packers' number one. Matthew Golden hasn't really taken off. I think Romeo Doubs is definitely took a giant leap. So if you got Romeo Doubs available in the waiver wire, pick him up. Definitely pick him up. So that'd be a great waiver wire to get him. Yeah, call back. Yep. Let's see if there was any other notes that I have in that game. No. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We had the Cowboys, which I said last week in our podcast on here was start all the Cowboy players. It is going to be a blowout. It's going to be a Dallas beatdown on the Giants. And somehow, Dallas being Dallas only pulled off a 3-point win. Dak Prescott, 38 for 52, 261, and 2 touchdowns and an interception. Javonte Williams, another big game. 18 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. He had 25 fantasy points. If I didn't say Dak Prescott did have 22 fantasy points. And CeeDee Lamb, another big game for him. 9 catches for 112 yards and 28 fantasy points. Let's see. Oh, real quick. Pickens and Jennings, I have. Oh, really? I definitely. Oh, you said, hang on, my light is so bad. There we go. I traded Pickens and Jennings for Lamb. I have Lamb and St. Brown now. Ooh, that's a great matchup. I love that. You won that trade. That was a very good trade. Congratulations on that trade. I love that trade. I would have done that trade. Anyway, also Brandon Aubrey, go Irish, my former Notre Damer, had a great game. 40-yard field goal, 46-yard field goal as times expires. Also kicked a 64-yard field goal. Had a great fantasy week, 20 fantasy points. I drafted Brandon Aubrey in almost like all my leagues. I did switch it up a little bit. I got McLaughlin, Cam Little, the kicker for the no, is it Cam Little? Yeah, I believe it was Cam Little for the Jaguars, the Jaguars kicker. So, but most of the teams I drafted Brandon Aubrey, but yeah, I just couldn't believe it. End of the first quarter, Giants was up 6-0, and I was watching the Bears game on my TV, and I had Red Zone on my tablet going, and I'm just like watching Red Zone. I'm like, are you? This can't be right? The Giants are up 6-0 at the end of the first. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? Also a quick note, real quick. 6 touchdowns happen in the very first few minutes of kickoffs. I was watching Red Zone, and Scott Hansen was saying that there was literally 6 touchdowns within the first few minutes. I mean, it was like a couple plays and boom, pass, end zone, touchdown. But yeah, Russell Wilson had this really awesome pass to Malik Neighbors with 25 seconds in the game, which I was just like, oh my God, unbelievable. Neighbors is such a great wide receiver. Going back on that game too, I know like Stephen A. Smith really didn't care for them, the Giants bringing in Dart, for the just like one little play, you know? It's like Russell Wilson was playing really good. Why disturb that and bring Dart in just for one play? I don't know. A lot of people wasn't very happy with the Giants' decision of doing that. Let's see, real quick. Should I do the trade? I have Swift for Dylan System and Jerry Jeudy. Oh boy. Um, I'm on this fence as a diehard Bears fan. If I made a offer for Samson for DeAndre Swift, um, maybe I should decline it. I don't know. I think Samson's a starter. Um, I'm kind of cross. I after I do the podcast tonight, I kind of want to go back and cancel that trade of getting rid of DeAndre Swift for Sampson, and maybe ride Swift this year. I mean, I thought the offensive line was going to be better this year. Of all the money that we spent to go get offensive line to help out the Bears, and it's not doing anything. So I'm on this fence about, do I keep Swift, or am I going to trade him or try to trade him if this guy will take him for Samson? But I don't know. I just that's a hard decision. I don't know, like, the whole Swift and Samson thing. But Jerry Judy's a really good player. Such a really good player. Did I win this trade? Okay, let's see. I got Saquon and DJ Moore, and I gave up Jacobs and Bijan. After the game with Detroit, I was like, I'm dropping DJ Moore. I'm dropping DJ Moore. It's a train wreck. I don't know. Maybe I was just pissed off, and, I've come down on my anger a little bit until we get to that recap of the game. Oh man, Saquon and Bijan is like even. I think they're both great running backs. DJ Moore scares me a little bit. At least you got Saquon. DJ Moore scares me with Caleb. I'm not a Caleb fan. I mean, he played somewhat decent against the Lions, but I just, I don't know. I just really don't know. This DJ Moore scares me a little bit. Let me see if there's anything. AJ Brown for Garrett and Pickens. Well, AJ Brown, the very first game, he was not 100%. He was definitely injured, plain injured, like one catch for 8 yards. He was hurt. He was plain hurt. I think AJ Brown's going to get going. I think Pickens is definitely, if you got Pickens, anybody's watching, you got Pickens. Play Pickens, play CD Lamb, play Javonte Williams, play Dak Prescott. Dallas might put 80 on us. Dallas might put 80 on the Bears this Sunday. It is going to be another terrible game. Probably me ranting, doing a video. It is going to be bad, but I would keep AJ Brown. I like AJ Brown. Because AJ Brown's a 1 and George Pickens is like the backup to CD Lamb. But I mean, I still think that George Pickens is still a solid wide receiver, especially this weekend. I definitely feel like he's going to go off. Okay, let's see. We got another one. Okay, I noticed Josh Allen. I traded Josh Allen and Javonte Williams for Evans, for Bijan, and McKinnon. Did I win, lose? First off, I would not be trading Josh Allen unless you got a solid backup. Somehow, if you got Lamar Jackson or Baker's solid. People sleep on Baker. I would not have been trading Javonte Williams. But you got Evans and Bijan, though. And McConkey? Somebody was probably desperate to get Josh Allen. Oh man, that's an interesting trade because I wouldn't have traded Josh Allen and I wouldn't have traded Javonte Williams because I feel like he is a top 5 running back so far, especially in fantasy. 20-point back-to-back weeks. But you got Evans and Bijan, which, speaking of Evans, I was talking to my co-host Dadpool, and I was getting, every year for the last 2-3 years, I was getting Mike Evans like somewhere between round 6 and 10. I don't know why everybody sleeps on Mike Evans for 11 touchdowns last year. Like, how is he still available in the 10th round? I am just like, I'm taking him. I'm taking him. He is a fantastic fantasy football point getter as long as he's healthy. But man, I think that's pretty even. Can I say that's pretty even? You got Bijan, McConkey, and Evans. Oh, you traded Evans. Oh, okay, for Bijan and McConkey. I don't know. That's kind of even a little bit. Who's your Oh, hey, what's up? Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Is it Kyle? Thank you for following. I feel bad that Dadpool isn't here tonight. Trade, read these comments. I'm not going to get back to my recap. Trade Travis Hunter and Jalen Waddle for Tucker Kraft and Rashid. Trade Travis Hunter and Jalen Waddle. I would do that trade. Travis Hunter is still a rookie. He's going to have up and down. Jalen Waddle, you have Tua. I mean, the Dolphins looked a little bit better this week, but it just depends on the health of Tua for Jalen Waddle to even be good. I would definitely do that. I would get Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft would finished in the top 5 best tight ends in fantasy last year. Rashid, Spencer Rattler's playing pretty good. I mean, I'm kind of shocked. Spencer Rattler is actually playing pretty decent. So to get him and Tucker Kraft, oh yeah, do that trade. I think you would definitely win that trade in a heartbeat. Oh, he traded, yeah, I saw that. He traded Evans. Yeah, I was thinking he was, yeah, he did. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Kraft went off. Kraft went off. Wait until he plays my Bears. Wait until he plays my Bears. It is going, Tucker Kraft might put 30 points against my Bears, but I have 30 fantasy points. Trade A.J. Brown for Devontae Adams and Pitts. Unless you really need Devontae Adams, you need a wide receiver. I think Pitts you could probably drop and find a better tight end somewhere. I don't know. I took Pitts because I'm like, okay, Pitts is going to have a better year, and still, it's like, is Pitts going to take off this year? You know, I don't know. I like A.J. Brown. I don't think I would be trading A.J. Brown, but I really like Devontae Adams. If you feel like Devontae Adams is a upgrade in your opinion, take him. Like I said, A.J. Brown was playing hurt in week 1, so I don't know if that's going to be a lingering issue for the rest of the year. I don't know, but maybe do that trade, but I like A.J. Brown and I like Devontae Williams. So anyway, moving on. Let's see, what else do we got? Okay, so now we're moving on to the Seahawks. Defeated the Steelers. Sam Darnold, 22 for 33, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I selected quite a few times in fantasy. I think he's slowly going to get going. I think he could have the career he had at Minnesota Vikings. It was stupid for Minnesota to get rid of him. Uh, Dumb. And look what happened. JJ McCarthy's hurt. That is the Sam Darnold syndrome curse. You got rid of Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy got hurt. It's going to miss like 4 weeks. While Sam Darnold is probably going to take the Seahawks to a wild card playoff. I like the Seahawks. I think they're very underrated. They've got Cooper Kupp. If he can stay healthy, he's fantastic. Najigba's great. Kenneth Walker's really good. I think the Seahawks could be a surprise this year. But anyway, 15 points for Sam Darnold. He also had 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker, 13 carries for 105 yards. Really good game for him. A touchdown, 18 fantasy points. And Jackson Smith Najigba, 8 catches, 103 yards, 18 fantasy points. Steelers side, Aaron Rodgers came back to earth a little bit this week, going 18 for 33 for 103, 172, and 2 interceptions. Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson is owned in, like, I think 86% of leagues. Like, I think that pretty much everybody expected him to contribute right away. 1 carry, 1 yard. There was no running game. Well, I think Warren got most of the touches, but basically there was no running game for Caleb Johnson. Like I said, Jalen Warren, 48 yards. DK Metcalf, a very, very, very bad game. 3 catches for only 20 yards and a touchdown. 11 fantasy points. I don't think anybody's selecting Aaron Rodgers. You know, you're going to have that every year. Or, excuse me, every game, I think. 25 fantasy points, 10. 27, 12. He's going to be so up and down. You know, he's a good quarterback. I don't know how you have DK Metcalf on your team. I don't know. Dadpool was reporting last week there's been talks about Pittsburgh maybe making a trade for Tyreek Hill. CBS Reports also reported that. CBS Sports said that Pittsburgh is kind of looking at Tyreek Hill, also the Denver Broncos. I mean, you saw it last week. Tyreek Hill on the bench, just like freaking out. Like freaking out on the bench. He was so frustrated. I don't see Tyreek Hill in a Dolphins uniform by the end of the season. Let me just get to like comments. Sorry if I'm going through the recap. Let's see. Genty or was that Bijan and Scatable? Oh, Genty. Scatabo and Tyrone Tracy is going to be a committee. It's going to be a committee. Genty, what do you guys think? In the comment section. You think Genty's going to get going? I know he's having a slow start. He's a rookie. I just thought he was the second coming of Barry Sanders. He's small, he's fast. I think he could juke and jive. He's kind of looking like Bianca Sanders, not Barry Sanders. I don't think he's having a really good. I mean, it's only the second week. Genty could go off. But what do you guys think? Do you think Genty's going to finally get going maybe here in week 3 or week 4, week 5, 6? Do you think Genty's really going to start getting going? But I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think I would take Scatable. I think I would keep Genty. I think, you know, once he gets going, you know, but that offensive line has got to open up some holes for Genty to get through. So, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. let's see where I was. But yeah, anyway, um, the Steelers are 1-1. I picked the Steelers, or what did I pick the Steelers? Yeah, I picked the Steelers in this game, I believe it was. Wait, let me see. Where am I at here? Hold on one second. Oh, here we go. Yes, I did pick the Steelers. Because I was just like, I think I was like riding that Aaron Rodgers train. I was like, oh, maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to have another spark against Seattle, but he came down to earth a little bit. So, anyway, moving on to the next game. Rams 33, Titans 19. Matt Stafford 23 for 33, 298, 2 touchdowns and an interception. 17 fantasy points for Matt Stafford. Go Irish, my ex-Notre Damer, Kyron Williams, 17 carries for 66 yards. Devontae Adams, 6 catches for 106 yards. 10 fantasy points for Kyron Williams, by the way. Devontae Adams, like I said, 6 catches for 106 yards, 1 touchdown, 22 fantasy points for Devontae Adams. Nice to see him have a good game. Puka Nacua, he's having a great year. Great year. As long as Stafford stays healthy, Puka's going to have a fantastic year. Is Puka possible MVP potential? It's maybe. He ran the ball for 45 yards and a touchdown. He had 8 catches for 91 yards, 27 big fantasy points for Puka. Man, I should have drafted Puka a little bit more in fantasy. I really love that tandem of Devontae Adams and Puka. If Devontae Adams can stay healthy, Matt Stafford can stay healthy. Is the Rams a dark horse Super Bowl favorite? I don't know. We'll see when we get to like week 7. Cam Ward, 19 for 33, 175 and a touchdown, 9 fantasy points. Tony Pollard had 20 carries for 92 yards, 9 fantasy points. And Calvin Ridley had 3 catches for 57 yards, 8 fantasy points. I definitely feel like Calvin Ridley is going to be dropped a lot this week. I don't think you're going to drop Tony Pollard because they were playing the Rams defense. The Rams have a pretty good defense. Maybe that's why Calvin Ridley couldn't get going. I don't know. But like I said, when we did our division picks pre-week 1, me and Dadpool, I said the Titans is going to have a very bad year, and I think I was right. 19 points against the Rams. Sorry, Titans fans, but this is not going to be your year. Did you take the Colts? Sorry. We're going to get there. Oh, actually, I took the Broncos. I took the Broncos. I just thought Danny Dimes, I was like, okay, was that a fluke? Apparently not. Is that going to sustain? Is Danny Dimes going to week by week by week? He might be having Sam Darnold of last year. Daniel Jones might be the Sam Darnold of last year for the Minnesota Vikings. We'll get to some little fantasy pickups maybe here after I do the recap. But anyway, big win for the Rams. Congratulations to them. Dadpool's favorite team, the Bills, beat the Jets 30-10. Josh Allen, oh my God, he took that hit, and I was just like, oh no, Josh Allen's coming out of the game, because I was watching the Bears game, and I just saw that play, and I just like messaged Dadpool, since he's a big Buffalo Bills fan, and I was like, oh my God, there goes Josh Allen, there goes your quarterback, and I'm like, there goes Josh Allen for me on my fantasy team, but he was fine, he came back. 14 for 25 for 148, 11 fantasy points. James Cook, huge game. Huge game. 21 carries, 132, 2 touchdowns, and 26 fantasy points. James Cook is having a monster year. He's playing so good. On the Jets side, quarterback Justin Fields, 3 for 11, 27 yards. He left the game with a concussion. He is probably not going to play this upcoming weekend. Tyrod Taylor came in and he went 7 for 11 with 56 yards. He did have a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 4 catches for 50 yards and 9 points. Bills, big win. I know it's against the Jets. I feel bad for Justin Fields because I felt like, he had a really fantastic game last week. And I think he's in the right spot, even though he should still be with my Bears. I'm still pissed off that we got rid of him. I hate Ryan Poles. I hate the McCaskies so much. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Bears in a little bit. I don't know how long Justin Fields is going to miss. Maybe he just misses this week or another week with a concussion, but I don't think he's going to miss a lot of time. I'm glad Josh Allen didn't get hurt. But yeah, big win for the Bills. I think they play the Dolphins on Thursday, which that is going to be a Buffalo beatdown. I would not be the only player I would be starting is Devon Achane. That is it. You're not starting like Miami's defense. I don't think you're starting Jalen Waddle. You're definitely not starting Tyreek Hill. I feel like the only fantasy football player that you're starting this upcoming weekend for Bills and Dolphins is going to be Devon Achane. Jaguars fall to the Bengals 31-27. Joe Burrow, 7 for 13, 76 yards, a touchdown, injured his turf toe. It's going to probably miss 3 months, but it looks like Joe Burrow is going to be done for the year, is the reports coming out of Cincinnati. I feel bad for Joe Burrow. Could Cincinnati been a dark horse favorite to get to the Super Bowl? It's a possibility. We just don't know. Browning actually looked pretty decent. Can Browning keep the Bengals afloat? It's a possibility. I don't know. I feel bad for Joe Burrow. I feel awful. Real quick, I have Joe Burrow on my fantasy team. Somebody dropped Dak Prescott. So I got Dak Prescott's on waivers. I could go for Russell Wilson, Daniel Jones. What do you guys think in the comment section? I got Joe Burrow, probably going to drop him because he's going to be out for the year. Do I pull Dak because I think Dak's going to go off against my Bears? Or do I try to go for Daniel Jones and hope he stays consistent? I don't know. I'm kind of crossed. Waiver claims today. Hopefully, I get maybe Dak if I do put a claim in for him. I don't know. I just feel like I want Dak a little bit because I think he's going to go off against Chicago. Let's see. Which is the amount 7 or... Okay, let's see. Which is the 7s or... Ooh, man. Is that... Did you say Tootin? Wait, let's see. I just traded Jayon Henderson and Ashton Genty for Josh Jacobs. That was a pretty good trade. I have to say, honestly, in my opinion, that's a good trade. Josh Jacobs is a stud. Ashton Genty, we don't know if he's gonna take off. Um, but yeah, I would have done that trade. I think that was a pretty good trade to trade Josh Jacob or get Josh Jacobs. Because I mean, Ashton Genty could be up and down each year. So, or I mean, each year, each game. It's hard to say. Oh, Tootin. Um, you know, Adam Schefter was saying if Tootin is there in your waiver wire, pick him up. It might take a little bit, but basically Adam Schefter was saying if NTN goes down, Tootin's going to play. And Tootin was like the fastest running back, I believe, in the combine. So I'm thinking the same thing, but I'm not dropping. Oh God, I'm not dropping Ashton Genty for Tootin. I might honestly drop DeAndre Swift for Tootin. He's kind of a stash player, but if you can afford to get Tootin, and you have somebody like Caleb, was it Caleb Johnson for the Steelers? I think you could drop. I would drop Caleb Johnson for Tootin. Um, I would drop. I don't know if I would drop Pollard for Tootin, but yeah, he's a good stash player. Tootin is a very good stash player if you can pick him up. If you can pick him up and you're available to stash him, pick him up. I think that would be a very good pickup. Um, so anyway, Jamar Chase, 14 catches, 165, a touchdown. He had a great game. 36 fantasy points for Jamar Chase. Jake Browning, 21 for 32, 241, two touchdowns, but three interceptions. Trevor Lawrence, 24 for 42, 271, three touchdowns by Trevor Lawrence, but he had two picks. 11 fantasy points, and Travis Etienne, 14 carries for 71 yards and 16 fantasy points. If Etienne stays healthy, Etienne's going to get more of the gameplay. Anybody who throws three interceptions like Browning, I feel like the Bengals should have lost the game throwing three picks. Even like on the Jaguars side, Trevor Lawrence throwing two interceptions, two interceptions is big. That could cost a game. But Bengals pull out in a close game. Big question marks. Like I said, is there any Bengals fans in here? What do you feel like Browning? What do you feel? Do you think Browning can keep the Bengals afloat for the rest of the season? I just don't know. Oh, Aaron Jones. Yeah, I think Aaron Jones. Actually, let's see. What do we have? Yeah, I think Aaron Jones should have, in my opinion. I think Dadpool would agree with this too. That Aaron Jones should have a really. Or actually, you know what? You know what? You said Aaron Jones. I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Josh Jacobs. Oh yeah, Aaron Jones. Yes, Aaron Jones. Why would I was thinking of Josh Jacobs. Yeah, Aaron Jones is going to miss 4 weeks. I saw that earlier tonight, and I was just like, wow. If you can pick up Mason, pick Mason up off the waiver wire. I do have Mason on one of my teams. If I'm gonna have to look if I can put Aaron Jones. I got Aaron Jones on a few teams. If I can put him on waivers, or not waivers, the IR. If I can, I'm hoping Mason's available in some of those teams that I have. So, yeah, it kind of sucks that Aaron Jones. I love the tandem of Aaron Jones and Mason. I think that's a great double punch for the Vikings. So, moving on. This is kind of hard to believe. I'm actually kind of shocked because I said the Saints were going to be pretty bad this year. 26-21 49ers. Mac Jones steps in for the injured Brock Purdy, goes 26 for 32, 279, 3 touchdowns. Hot waiver wire. You need a quarterback. You got Joe Burrow. You got Brock Purdy. Maybe get Mac Jones. That would be maybe a good pickup. It was one game. I know it was against the Saints, and the Saints doesn't have the greatest defense. But 21 fantasy points for Mac Jones. CMC had 13 carries for 55 yards. 22 fantasy points for CMC. Spencer Rattler, 25 for 34, 207, 3 touchdowns. Spencer Rattler is having a year. Whoever had on their bingo card that Spencer Rattler would be playing good this year. 3 touchdowns against the 49ers? What? 21 fantasy points at Alvin Kamara, 21 carries for 49 yards, 16 fantasy points. Kamara's still doing it. Everybody was saying that Kamara's fantasy years are over, but he's actually putting up good numbers. If you would have told me that the 49ers would only beat the Saints 26-21, I would have said, hey, I got this mansion for $3 that I'm selling that you can have. I would have never believed it. I would have never believed, despite the injuries of Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk, which I'm hoping Brandon Ayuk comes back. I feel like if he's healthy, Brandon Ayuk is such a great wide receiver, but I just can't believe the Saints stuck around with the 49ers and almost beat them. That is just really, really hard to believe. Yeah, Tyrone Tracy. I really like Tyrone Tracy. Am I crazy for wanting to drop Tyrone Tracy for oh, wait. You said, okay, wait, let me read this again. Am I crazy for dropping Tyrone Tracy? For Scatterboo? So you're saying drop Tyrone Tracy for Scatterboo? I mean, it's going to be a committee. I think it's going to be a committee all year for the Giants between Tracy and Scatterboo. I mean, right now I have to say Tyrone Tracy is the starter unless, Tyrone Tracy gets injured or starts really playing really bad. But I don't know. I think Tyrone Tracy could be a good flex player. I think he could be a really good flex player. I don't know. I would maybe hang on to Tyrone Tracy. Ravens, big blowout, 41-17. Lamar Jackson, 19 for 29, 225, 4 touchdowns, 26 fantasy points. Derrick Henry, very quiet game. You did not draft Derrick Henry to only have 11 carries for 23 yards. Zelch, 0, nothing, touchdowns, and 2 fantasy points. 2 fantasy points for Derrick Henry, which is crazy to even fathom. I can't believe it. I just can't believe that I just can't believe it. Like I said, you didn't draft Derrick Henry to put up those numbers. And how about Devontae Walker? 2 catches, 26 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He only had 26 receiving yards and still pulled up 2 touchdowns, 16 fantasy points. And on the Brown side, not too much to report from them. Joe Flacco, 25 for 45, 99 yards, a touchdown, interception, and 8 fantasy points. I think everybody picked the Ravens this week. I am just really shocked that Derrick Henry did not go off on the Browns. I am very shocked that he did not go off against the Browns. But the Ravens look good. Let's just see once they get in the playoffs that they have that, type of drop. I'm picking the Ravens in the Super Bowl. But the one thing I was saying when I picked the Ravens and the Eagles in the Super Bowl is they're going to get to the Super Bowl, but what they do in the playoff is what they're going to do in the Super Bowl. They're just going to have that playoff, like, drop off in the Super Bowl. Oh boy. Here we go. Lions scoring 52 points on my Bears. Oh my God. It was over before the cheerleaders even hit the field. Jared Goff, 23 for 28, 354, 5 touchdowns, 33 fantasy points for Jared Goff. Hot pickup. I've seen Jared Goff available. Maybe it was just against my Bears that he went off. I don't know. Jamar Chase, Jamar Gibbs. Oh my God. Can't even talk tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries for 94 yards, a touchdown, 19 fantasy points. David Montgomery against his former team, 11 carries for 57 yards, gets a touchdown, 13 fantasy points. And Amon St. Brown, 9 catches, 119, 3 touchdowns, and a monster game for fantasy owners, 39 fantasy points. On my Bears side, oh my God, here we go. Caleb Williams, 19 for 32 for 207, 2 touchdowns and an interception. DeAndre Swift, not a bad game. 12 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. 13 fantasy points. Welcome to Rome, everybody. Roma Doomsday. 7 catches, 128, 2 touchdowns, 31 fantasy points. Another, let alone that the Lions put 52 points on us. Jalen Johnson goes down. Our best defensive back goes down with a growing injury. Done for the year. Could it get any worse for my Bears? Let's see. Tyreek's good target with a trade coming through. Yes, yeah. Like I said, reports is Tyreek Hill has been rumored to be maybe heading to the Steelers or the Broncos in the mix. I mean, I don't think he goes back to the Chiefs. That might be one of the worst games I've ever seen as a Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan since 1986. And that was horrendous. There was a play where Caleb hiked the ball, pressure, defense is coming in. He's going to the sideline. He chucks it down the sideline. I'm like, good job, Caleb. You're throwing it away. Nope. The Lions defensive back was inbound, grabbed it, interception. The defense, we've always had a really good defense, a terrible offensive line. We went out and spent money, got Tooney, got the player from Atlanta. I think there was that defensive player that offensive lineman from Seattle. The O-line looks the same as last year. The defense is terrible. Robinson isn't taking the step forward, becoming a good defensive player. Sweat is terrible. Sweat is like one of the most overrated defensive players in the league right now. No wonder Washington wanted to trade him. We gave him a second-round pick for Sweat. Washington was like, oh yeah, we'll take that second-round pick. You can have Sweat. Let alone Josh Blackwell was hurt, the other defensive back. Kyler Gordon is hurt. He didn't play. And then Jalen Johnson goes down for the year. I don't know how many games the Bears are going to win. It's like, are we going to beat the Saints? The Saints hung with the 49ers. Are we beating the Browns? We might put a goose egg up. There literally might be a goose egg. We play the Raiders after Dallas. They're going to put 80 on us. Dallas is going to put 80 points on there. If you have any Dallas players, start them. Get them in your lineup right now. CD might have 36 points. Javonte Williams, we couldn't stop Mason or Aaron Jones. We couldn't stop Gibbs and Montgomery. How do you think we're gonna stop Javonte Williams, who's been like a top 5 running back in fantasy football? Then we play the Raiders. I mean, I know the Raiders only put 9 points up against, the Chargers last night, but the Chargers are good. Like, you think we're gonna beat the Raiders? Then we play Washington. Then we play Baltimore. Cincinnati, the Giants. Then we play the Vikings again. Then the Saints is in there. Then it's like the Packers, the Browns, the Packers, San Francisco, and then the Lions again. Can Ben Johnson be on the hot seat his first year? Ben Johnson might be on the hot seat. First year. I mean, it's a possibility. They put a goose egg up. I just can't stand Warren. Warren is terrible. I hate the McCaskies. I can't stand Ryan Poles. We're going to win the North, and we're not giving it back. Like, you ain't winning shit. You excuse me. I'm getting so frustrated. Gave myself the hiccups. Yeah. I don't know. If you can get anything for DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift, I would probably make the trade now. I don't know if anybody would take any of those players in a trade. I don't know. Like, come week 5. I think we were on a bye in week 5. Week 6, is Caleb even the quarterback? I mean, I like Tyson Bagent. I think he could be our version of Brock Purdy. Caleb is so much potential, but I think he's overrated. I was so mad on draft day. I was so mad. I think I slammed my Bears hat on the ground. I should have took Jaden Daniels. He was the most ready quarterback to go. Caleb Williams, he's more worried about what nail polish he wants to put on his nails than trying to throw it to Roma Doomsday and DJ Moore. I mean, you have coaches like Allen and Ben Johnson. You got Bieniemy. You got Barrett. You got Antoine Randall L. A lot of quarterback, football minds. You got so many good football minds. You're 0-2. It's going to get so much worse before it even gets better. Season's over. The season's over. Pack it up, guys. Let's just get ready for 2026 because the season's over. Who are we going to beat? I mean, I think I could probably find a double D one-legged ballerina out my alley right now than try to find a win for the Bears. Because it's not going to happen. Who are we going to beat? I mean, if the Lions put 52 points against us, what is Baltimore going to do? What is the Packers going to do? It's such a mess. It is such a mess. Like, how do you not spend money on the defense? The offensive line? I was just like, wow. Bears are going to win the division. We fixed the O-line. Caleb's going to take a step up. The O-line's fixed. DeAndre Swift's going to have a better year. Nope. It is the same garbage as last year. It is the same garbage. You know what it is? It's the Lovie Smith syndrome. After he fired Lovie Smith, we got cursed. Because we end up getting Mark Trestman as a coach, who was a 2-time CFL champion. He comes to Chicago and he couldn't run a hot dog stand, let alone be the coach for the Bears. John Fox was terrible. Matt Nagy, you know, he was awful. Matt Eberfluss is just going down the line. Is Ben Johnson? I hate these, like, first-time coaches. There was a coordinator that's never coached a team before. It is so unbelievable. It is just... Hold on one second. I gotta do this puzzle thing. There we go. It is bad. It is bad to be a Bears fan. I just don't know who we're going to beat. Please tell me. Anybody in the comments say, who's the Bears going to beat? The Giants? Giants almost beat Dallas. I'm sorry, I know, it is just a mess. It's awful. It's awful. It's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. Like Sunday's game, oh my God, it is going to be a Dallas destroying of my Bears. But anyway, we'll move on. Is that one guy in the comments section? He said, I took the Broncos, but the Colts end up winning. What a game. 29-28, Danny Dimes, 23 for 34, 316 yards, a touchdown, 22 fantasy points. Excuse me. Back-to-back 20 points in fantasy. Jonathan Taylor, great game, 25 carries for 165 yards, 29 fantasy points. Bo Nix, 22 for 30, 206, 3 touchdowns. I like Bo Nix. Denver fans, I bet you're happy about Bo Nix. He's just going to keep getting better and better. 1 interception, 20 fantasy points. Give it up for J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to give it up for J.K. Dobbins real quick. You know, I am so glad he's with Denver. You know, he was good at the Chargers, you know, that 1 year, last year. And, 14 carries, 76 yards. He got a touchdown, 15 fantasy points. That penalty for leverage. Oh my God, I've seen so many TikTokers. Denver fans were like, yeah, we beat the Colts. Whoa, wait, what just happened? Leverage. Colts win. Oh my God, the face of disappointment on Bronco fans. I don't know. Is this a fluke with Danny Dimes? Is anybody in the comment section? What do you think about Daniel Jones? Is this a fluke or is he just going to continue? Like I said, I think he's going to be last year's Sam Darnold. I don't know. They're going to win Sunday. Because they're playing the Titans? Danny Dimes is going to go off. I might just pick up Daniel Jones for this week. Instead of Dak Prescott and pick him off waivers and drop Joe Burrow. So, man, congratulations to Danny Dimes. Cardinals beat the Panthers 27-22, which I can't believe the Panthers stood with the Cardinals either. Kyler Murray, 17 for 25, 220, 1 touchdown, interception, 14 fantasy points for Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison Jr., 2 catches for 27 yards, 4 fantasy points. You did not draft Marvin Harrison Jr. for 2 catches for 27 yards and 4 fantasy points. On the Panther side, Bryce Young, 35 for 55, 328, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Wow, he had a really good game. 21 fantasy points for Bryce Young. Oh, hold up. I'll bring you up here just in a little bit. Once I do the recap, we'll do the 2-minute drill. I'll bring you up. So just bear with me. Taterio McMillan, 6 catches, 100 yards, 16 fantasy points. Cardinals should have won this game. Like, the Cardinals this might have been an upset. Close game. You know, Marvin Harrison didn't have a really good game. Yeah, I couldn't believe that the Cardinals, like, hung with them. I really can't believe that they stuck with them. Wait, I got my notes right here. I thought there was... Oh, I'll get that at the end. I'll talk about this at the end. Anyway, I'll talk about this little thing here in a second. Eagles, 2017 rematch Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, 15 for 22, 101 yards, 11 fantasy points. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries, 88 yards, a touchdown, 17 fantasy points. Patrick Mahomes, 16 for 29, 187, a touchdown, interception. He also ran the ball for 66 yards and a touchdown. 22 fantasy points for Patrick Mahomes. This is the first 0-2 start for the Chiefs since 2014. The last time they didn't make the playoffs. I don't know. Is the Chiefs going to get going? Like, what's wrong with the Chiefs? I don't think that they'll make the playoffs. I know they'll make the playoffs. They could be one and done, depending who they play. But you know, it's going to be interesting. Does that stat come back? Last 0-2 start, 2014, they don't make the playoffs. That would be insane. Let's see. Should I put... Oh, yeah, you're starting Kraft. If you're talking about Kraft, Bowers, Bowers is solid, but yeah, I think Kraft is solid. I feel like you could, well, I don't know if you can start two tight ends. Can a tight end be in a flex? I can't remember. I usually always start, but if you could start a tight end as a flex, I would start Bowers and maybe Kraft if you're available. I know some leagues you can, and then some leagues you can't, but yeah, I feel like you're always starting Kraft. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I like that. I actually picked up my former Notre Damer, Mike Mayer. I actually drafted him. Mike Mayer is a fantastic tight end, and I think it's kind of shitty that the Raiders drafted but because it's Bowers. Bowers is solid, but Mike Mayer is just as good. Mike Mayer is just as good. I feel bad that, Bowers is going to take a lot of the catches away from Mike Mayer because Mike Mayer is fantastic for my Iris. So, but yeah, you're always starting Kraft. You're always starting them. Like I said, we're going to do the 2-minute drill where I'm going to bring you up. I want to hear how you did in fantasy, what your favorite team is, and how they did, your thoughts on your team from week 2. Falcons, what a snooze fest a little bit. 22-6? Are you telling me? Well, probably. Yeah, I guess the Falcons is a better team than the Bears because they put 22 points on the Vikings. The Vikings only scored 6 points against the Falcons, which is kind of mind-blowing. Wait, let me see. Trade Hampton and Devontae. Yeah, I think if you can get CD in any trade, I think it's a great trade. Special. Oh, trading Javante. Unless you really need if you really need a. Malik is my wide receiver, and also I have. Yeah. Yeah, just hold on. Just give me. I'm almost ready for 2-minute drill. That's one of me and Dadpool's topics where we bring people up. We love to hear your fantasy thoughts, how your team did. So just bear with me. I'm almost done. I'm on the Falcons and Vikings game. Let's go through the stats real quick. Quarterback Michael Penix, 13 for 21, 135, 5 fantasy points. Fantasy points, not great for him. Bijan Robinson, 22 carries for 143, 19 fantasy points for Bijan. And on the other side, quarterback J.J. McCarthy, 11 for 21, 158, 2 interceptions. J.J. McCarthy is going to be out 2 to 4 weeks with an injury, ankle injury. So Carson Wentz is now taking the jump, which I don't know if that's good or bad for the Vikings. Justin Jefferson, JJ, 3 catches for 81 yards, 11 fantasy points. Atlanta was my dark horse favorite to get to the Super Bowl last year because I was thinking, wow, Kirk Cousins. They landed Mooney from my Bears, which I like Mooney a lot. Bijan, Kyle Pitts. I don't know if Kyle Pitts is ever going to take the jump up. I don't know. I'm hoping he does because I think he could be a really solid tight end. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Pitts. But yeah, it might be bad news for the Vikings for a little bit until J.J. McCarthy comes back because J.J. McCarthy has looked really decent for somebody who missed all of last year. Let's see. Trade away Gibbs for Terry and Amon St. Brown. Ooh. God, man, you guys are coming up with these crazy trades that I'm just like, you could win on either side. You know, I always say when a trade happens, are you weak at the wide receiver or are you weak? Excuse me, and my nose itches. My stupid allergies are bothering me. Are you weak at the wide receiver or are you weak at the running back? Because I feel like if you're weak in one spot, you are going to make a trade that you might regret to make that other spot better. I like Terry McLaurin. I like Amon St. Brown. Like I said, if you need two solid, if you're weak at the wide receiver, do that trade. I would do that trade. Let's see. I was getting on this tantrum of talking. Oh, real quick. Yeah, real quick. Speaking of like, weak and at what position. Every year, everybody makes the mistake of drafting a quarterback in the first round. Unless you're like, you got to separate. Me and Dadpool talked about this. You got to separate fandom from fantasy. You're a Bears fan, or let's just say you're a Buffalo Bills fan. You take Josh Allen in the first round. You're an Eagles fan. You're taking Jalen Hurts. You're taking, Joey B. You might be able to find those guys in the 5th round. 5th round, maybe 4th round is when you take a quarterback. So many mistakes year after year. I don't know why people do that. I like to build up my depth chart. Running back, first 2 picks. Receiver, 3rd round, 4th round. Quarterback, I always take in the 5th round. 5th round, I found this year, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Baker. Everybody slept on Baker. 44 touchdowns last year. How is people sleeping on Baker? Last year, I built up such a great roster during the draft. Let me try to remember. I had Montgomery. I had Mixon. I had Aaron Jones. I think I had Nick Chubb. So and Josh Jacobs. I had all those players. I was like, oh my God. But I like to build my depth. Sometimes I'll switch off and go running back, receiver. Then I'll go quarterback, and then I'll go running back again and a receiver. Then I take my tight end. But anyway, that's how I do my drafting. So you don't have to stick to that. But, everybody has their own way of drafting. But I feel like taking a quarterback in the 1st round, Matthew Berry, Field Yates, Daniel Dopp, everybody on the fantasy show at ESPN said that's the biggest mistake you could do is take a quarterback in the 1st round because you can find solid quarterbacks in the 5th round. Then we have the double matchup for Monday night. Bucks win 20-19. Baker Mayfield 25 for 38, 215 and 2 touchdowns, 19 fantasy points. Bucky Irvin 17 carries for 71 yards, 18 points. On the Texans side, CJ Stroud 13 for 24, 207 and a touchdown. And Nick Chubb. Nice to see Nick Chubb get some playing time. while Mixon is out. 12 carries for 43 yards, a touchdown, 15 fantasy points. Is the Texans, everybody in the comment section, is the Texans the best 0-2 team? I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe. I didn't trust CJ Stroud this year, so I didn't draft him. I didn't draft him at all. Let's see. I just want to pay attention. You know, also, I like to pay attention. Me and Dadpool likes to pay attention to you guys. I've seen so many lives, fantasy football, NFL, where you get 9 people up in the box, and they sound like a bunch of pack of hyenas in a forest. There's no control. Everybody's talking over each other. I just hate that. We like bring up one person at a time, like we're on a radio talk show, like, hey, you're on Touchdown Talk. What's your thoughts? That's how me and Dadpool run our podcast here. We love paying attention to you guys. We love answering your questions. We think you guys are the most important people when we do a live, but so many lives just ignore the comment section. I've been in so many lives, and I've noticed that. I've taken notes. I don't know why people ignore the comment section. I just don't understand that. But anyway, I just had to throw that piece of stuff out there. We appreciate you guys coming in. You guys could be playing video games. You guys could be on HBO Max. You guys could be reading a book, you know, but you're spending your hard time here in Touchdown Talk. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for coming in and supporting us. Share the live. I'm sorry Dadpool is not here, my co-host. He's very knowledgeable in football and fantasy. I'm hoping he'll be back next week for week 3 when we recap week 3. Please join us always 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday nights. We'd love to have you. We'd love to hear your comments. We'll bring you up. So thank you for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Ooh. You know what? God, this is interesting. This might be the most, everybody else's comments has been awesome. This one might be my favorite from Jerry. Trade away CMC for Javonte and Chubb. Okay. That might be a smart move. Are you willing to take that chance with CMC to get hurt? And I've said this, I wish him, I hope he finishes the year out, but with his track record, it is not good. Do not draft Kittle. I know it's a name. He's had injuries ever since 2020. He's out again. Every year he's been in the league, he has had an injury. I am just waiting for CMC to go down. I hope he doesn't. Like I said, I don't wish any injury on him. But it's scary to have CMC. I had CMC twice last year for the very first time. Screwed me. Messed me up in fantasy. I'm like, I'm never drafting CMC again just because of his injury. Javonte, top 5 running back for fantasy, I think, in this league. Maybe in the NFL. Javonte's having a great year. If Chubb can stay healthy, he's going to get a lot of touches. You know what? This might be a hot take. Maybe it's not. I would do that trade. I would trade CMC. I would rather have somebody else worry about if CMC is going to get hurt. And then you get Javonte and Chubb to begin with for CMC? Yes. Oh, I wish I had the bell. I would be like, survey says take that trade. Or do that trade, I should say. Thank you, everybody, coming in. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bucks the Cot. I don't know why a lot of my drafts, everybody, Baker was always there. I'm taking Baker. I took Baker like on so many teams. Okay. I love fantasy football. I love drafting. My friend at work did 25 teams. I usually stick at the 17 route. I have 3 different emails, 2 Gmails and a Yahoo. I do 3 NFL.coms, like 12 ESPNs and 3 Yahoos. So, but anyway, I did 20 this year. So I love drafting. I love seeing what other matchups I can have to go against people. It's fun. Some people's like, no, this is not very competitive. You only have more than, it's more, da 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 da, whatever. I know some people that has 10, 12 teams, If you love drafting, love playing fantasy football, draft as many teams as you want. But anyway, Baker has always been going super late, or some draft not even drafted at all. I'm like, this guy had 44 touchdowns last year. What are you doing? I took Baker on so many teams. I'm hoping White takes off. Roched, is it Rockhead? Roched White. I think he's a decent, backup to Irving. So I took him a couple of times. I think he could be, somewhat decent. But yeah, I like the Bucks. Is the Bucks like maybe a dark horse Super Bowl team? I don't know. I like Baker. I think Baker has really come around. Okay, let me get to. Oh God, sorry, I didn't get that much sleep last night, so my eyes have kind of like, ugh. So anyway, welcome in, welcome in. Puka or Neighbors? I would Puka. Puka's having an MVP year. Nothing against Neighbors, but if Stafford can stay healthy, Puka, game after game, he's going to put up solid numbers. It is Matt Stafford's favorite target. Traded Swift for Chuba Hubbard and ooh, wait, you traded Swift for Chuba. I like that. I like that. Swift kind of scares me in the Bears. I don't know. I'm kind of the point where what can I give? I don't want. Part of me as a Bears fan, it's like I don't want to trade DJ Moore, but I'm just frustrated as a Bears fan to even have him on my team and Swift. I might keep Swift. I mean, the offensive line's a little bit better, but still it's not showing. But I don't know what I can get for DJ Moore. And if it's somebody I'm like, I really don't care for this guy, but it's better than DJ Moore, I might hang on to him. I would try to trade get Roma Doomsday. I think he could be a good flex player. I'm telling you this right now as a Bears fan. And Dadpool said the same thing. DJ Moore will not be there come week 16. DJ Moore will not be a Bear. I think he's going to get fed up like Tyreek Hill. He's going to ask for a trade. I hate to say this, my co-host Dadpool thinks that DJ Moore is going to go to the Packers. Maybe the Chiefs. I don't know. He's going to go somewhere. I just don't see DJ Moore. If not this year, next year, DJ Moore will not be a Bear, and that's sad. It's really sad. Let's see. Traded Jones, Javonte Williams, Hollywood. Oh my God, that is so okay. Man, Kittle. I just stay away from Kittle. I don't know why so many people's trading Javonte Williams. I think he's going to end up being a top 5 running back this year in fantasy. Hollywood Brown. I think he should be Kansas City's number 1. I like Hollywood Brown a lot. Pollard. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the players. I think Pollard is solid. There's not too much else on that offense. I mean, Calvin Ridley. But can Cam Ward even find Calvin Ridley, Kittle? Oh, you said, is it Daniel Jones, Javonte Williams? And, you traded for her. Yeah, I think that's solid. Like, if you're landing, I think if Daniel Jones if Danny Dimes can keep up what he's doing, but like I said, I think he could be last year's Sam Darnold. He's got to keep it up. Javonte Williams is solid, but yeah, if you landed depending who your other quarterback is, real quick, who's your other quarterback since you got Daniel Jones? I'm just kind of curious, but getting Javonte Williams is definitely solid. I love that. I am definitely should have drafted Javonte Williams a lot more. Traded Swift for Chuba and thoughts. Oh, I think I already said that. Puka Nua. Traded AJ Brown for Worthy and Genty. God, good trade. Traded AJ Brown for Worthy and Genty. Yeah, I mean, I think that is you got two players for AJ Brown. I think, is Genty going to get going? That's the thing. Worthy, he's playing with a brace on his shoulder. I think one bad hit and Worthy's done for the year. So having Worthy scares me because I think it was his collarbone. I don't even think his collarbone is 100%. I'm not saying they're going to go out and target Xavier Worthy, but if he takes a nasty hit, we might be seeing Xavier Worthy out for the year. So I don't know. It's kind of scary, but I do like the Genty pickup. Who should I target for James Conner? If you're trading, okay, who should I target for James Conner? Javonte Williams. Seems like a lot of people's willing to trade Javonte Williams. I would say Javonte Williams. If Etienne can stay healthy, maybe Etienne. Hang on. Let me think. Because you're not going to get, Saquon. You're not going to get Derrick Henry. Maybe somebody's willing to give up Gibbs. I still think Montgomery's solid. Montgomery's going to get in the end zone. So I would say Montgomery, Etienne, Javonte Williams. But I wouldn't trade James Conner. I like Trey Benson. I'm glad Trey Benson's getting a lot more playing time. I think once James Conner retires or leaves the Arizona, Benson's going to be solid. But until James Conner goes, I feel like James Conner is going to get a lot of the touches and stuff and everything. So, well, before the injury, I would say Jamar Chase is solid. Now, that's a big question. Can Browning keep the Bengals afloat for the whole years? I will not say go to the Hard Rock Casino. Sorry, my allergies is bothering me so bad. It's this time of year and I got bad allergies. My nose just gets so stuffed up. Sorry. I would not go to the Hard Rock Casino and put $100 saying that the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. But, I mean, let's look at, where are we at here? Browning's stats. 21 for 32 for 241 and 2 touchdowns. If he can keep those interceptions down, I think Browning could be pretty decent. He could be pretty decent. But, it's like, I don't know. Do you have Jamar Chase, by the way, or are you just asking like a general question how I feel about Jamar Chase right now in fantasy? Because I was saying if you have Jamar Chase, I feel like some people could be a little nervous. They could be a little nervous with Browning as the quarterback. Wait. Oh, that's a tough one. Juan Diggs. Johnston and Pitts. Oh. I mean, do you really need a tight end? I don't know if Pitts is actually going to take off this year. I really don't. I don't know. I thought he was going. I'm like, okay, this is a year. I believe in Pitts. I'm going to take him a couple times. Now I'm at the point where it's like, I don't know if I could even get anything for Pitts. I gotta look. Maybe I'll be dropping Pitts for Higbee. Maybe I could trade Pitts for Njoku. I still think, I just, oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I like Diggs. I like Diggs a lot. I feel like he should be May's number one target. But I'm going to say no. I don't know. I like Diggs. That's just a personal. I just feel like Diggs is a better fantasy player than Pitts. I just don't feel like. I feel like Diggs, if he's healthy, he's going to give you more points than Pitts. So yeah, I would not give away. I would not give away Diggs. I really wouldn't. Oh, yes, yes. We're bringing you up. Hold on. Let me get. Okay. Sorry, people in the comments. Let me just go through the Chargers and I'll bring you up. Just give me 1 second. I got one more recap, which is the Chargers and the Raiders. I can't believe the Raiders, well, the Chargers, 9 points. Justin Herbert, 19 for 27, 242, 2 touchdowns. Ran for 31 yards, 18 fantasy points. Give it up for Quentin Johnson. He's having a great year. 3 catches, 71 yards, a touchdown, 15 fantasy points. And then Keenan Allen, which it was so stupid to get rid of Keenan Allen, but I'm so glad. I mean, I would not wish him to be in on my Bears. I'm glad he's back with the Chargers. 5 catches, 61 yards, a touchdown, 17 fantasy points. Geno Smith, 24 for 43, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. I feel bad for Geno. Ashton Genty, 11 carries for 43 yards, 7 fantasy points. So, doesn't look good for the Raiders. It just doesn't look great at all. And anyway, we're going to get to my player of the week in the NFL. So, this week, my player of the week is Jared Goff, 23 for 28, 334, 5 touchdowns. Congratulations, Jared Goff, for being Touchdown Talk's Player of the Week. Okay, now I always pick a player that, fantasy, you're frustrated, you probably threw your hat, you just couldn't believe it. I went with Ashton Genty. I know he's a rookie, but you would expect him to come out and play awesome and have a great year. But, Ashton Genty, 11 carries, 43 yards, 11 fantasy points. Yep, Ashton Genty, 11 fantasy points. You did not draft with the third pick, Ashton Genty, to just put up 11 fantasy points. Anyway, next, I know everybody has been waiting patiently, so it's me and Dadpool's 2-minute drill.
That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
All right, 2-minute warning. We're bringing you up. So let me bring somebody up. I am going to bring Enrique up. Sorry, I will get to you. Everybody else to stay in line. I am going to bring him up. I hope he's still in here. Let's see. Enrique is still there? No? Okay. Anybody wants to come up? Let me know how you did in fantasy. Me and Dadpool usually have this section of our podcast, how after we do the recap, we do the 2-minute drill. We bring you up and we want to hear how you did in fantasy, how your team did this week in week 2. Let me see. Let me bring Enrique up. Hey, what is up? Welcome to Touchdown Talk. Sorry, my friend Dadpool isn't here. How'd you do in fantasy this week, or the team that you love? How did they do? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Are you there? Let me give him a second. Maybe he's having problems.
Hello,
Hello,
can
you
you hear
there?
me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Oh, I think I got you. I think I got you finally.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to
Good,
Touchdown
good, man.
Talk. How did you do in fantasy this week? How did your team do in week 2? Love to hear your favorite NFL team. Uh-oh, I might be having issues. Are you having issues? Well, okay, somebody else. Oh, we got you?
Got you? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I hear you just fine. Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. I lost my record right now is 1-1. I lost by 4 points this past week on my fantasy.
You lost by 4 points?
4 points. That was
Oh
crazy.
my gosh. No, I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
that so much. Did you have like did you have somebody going like last night that you were like, "Oh, I need somebody. I need it," or what is the one
Well,
player that really messed you up?
Derrick Henry.
Oh no. Oh, that's probably you and everybody else.
Derrick Henry and Lad McConkey also let me down.
Oh my gosh. I was 35 points behind in my work league. I had Texans defense and I had Baker and I'm like Baker's going off. Baker's going to go. I got to where I lost by like 10. I like came all the way up from like 35 to 10 and lost by 10. I was so mad. I was like, "Oh, I always do bad in my work league. I thought I was going to be 2-0 finally in my work league." And it was just like, oh my gosh. So that frustrated me last night.
So right now my bench is my Jacoby Myers, Quentin Johnson also on my bench.
Quentin Johnson, good player.
I also have Kinide, I think, from the Bills, the tight end from the Bills.
Oh, Kincaid. Yeah, that's a
Kincaid, yeah, my
solid,
bad.
solid.
Kincaid. So yeah, that's my bench right now. But my starters are Goff. Goff went off.
Go Golf went off. Yep.
I have
Put
Goff.
that on a t-shirt. Golf went off.
Goff. I have Lad. I have Debo.
Wow.
I also have Derrick Henry.
Wow, that's a solid team. I love that team.
I have Bucky Irving.
Oh, wow.
We got Bowers,
Man,
Aubrey, and Pollard.
are you playing with like a bunch of like 5-year-olds? Like, that's
Not
a great, like
actually.
you drafted awesome.
Yeah, I actually they have a lot of experience, but I guess I got pretty lucky with all those little picks.
Yeah. I think you should win your league. You should win it. Like, that's a solid team. Bucky Irving and, Derrick Henry. I mean, every player is going to have that one game where, then they turn around and just go off. So, but wow, that's a solid team.
Yeah, so I
That's a
don't know if
solid
I should.
team.
I don't know if I should trade Lad for somebody else. You know.
Nah, oh, yeah, that's
Nope.
tough because Quentin is playing good. Now it's like Quentin is playing really good and Keenan Allen is playing good. And it's just like, man, it's almost like walking up to a buffet. It's like, what do you want? It's like I have all these choices. So
Yeah,
it's like, you know,
but
who's your
yeah,
favorite? Do you have who's your favorite NFL team?
oh, the Cowboys.
Oh, oh, oh! They're gonna put 80 on us. I know. If you got
Yeah,
any Cowboys, start them. It's gonna be a disaster. If it was
right.
anything like against Detroit, it is gonna be bad. It is gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Right.
Anybody
It
else
was
who
nice.
wants to come up
It
after I
was nice
talk
talking
to
to you, man. I'm
yeah.
gonna do some stuff real fast right here at the house, and
Yeah,
I'll
if you
jump
want to
on.
just drop down, yeah. Thanks for
I'm gonna,
thanks for coming up.
I'm gonna send you a follow right here, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll definitely when Deadpool gets on, you can follow him too, and he's my co-host. So yeah, thanks for coming up. You want to drop down, and that's awesome.
I
Thanks for
appreciate it,
coming
man.
up.
Appreciate it.
All right, so let's see. There we go. Thanks, Enrique. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for talking about your fantasy team. All right, let me bring up somebody else. Who we got? QZ. Bring QZ up. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to
You hear
Touch
me okay?
Talk. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining and popping in. And so any NFL thoughts, like fantasy, how your team did this week, or
Well,
something like predictions on week 3.
well, as far as football talk, I am a Packers fan, so
Oh
loving
boy!
that, Russell.
Oh my God! Here we go. First a Dallas, and
Loving
then a
that.
Packer fan. Oh my God! Yeah, I feel bad for
Loving the
Jaden Reed.
start.
What's that?
I said loving the start. Yeah,
Oh
Jaden Reed going down hurt
yeah,
definitely, but I think that
yeah. I
might be a
drafted
good
Jaden.
opportunity for like guys like Matthew Golden and
Yeah,
Dobbs. I think Dobbs is going to
yeah.
be good,
Dobbs is definitely his stock went up. Yeah, I'd love to
and
see Matthew
obviously,
Golden. I did draft Matthew Golden because I was just like, oh my God, this guy's going to probably end up being Packers #1. I think Golden's going to take off, but Tucker Kraft, I just knew it. I drafted Tucker Kraft so much. I'm like, this guy is going to be something. I mean, he's already shown it. He's already having a pretty decent fantasy year.
no, Tucker Craft's special too. I was going to
Oh, dude,
mention
yeah.
him.
I mean,
He
I hate
might
to
be
say
the
it, but yeah,
He might
yeah,
be the number one. He might be the number one target in the offense right now. But
yeah.
I'm in an 8-man league with some buddies, but
Nice.
it's my highest paying league, so it's my
Oh,
most
nice.
important
Yeah,
one.
I always love doing
But I'm
fantasy with friends.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
always
0
fun.
and 2. I'm 0 and 2, and a main reason is my
Injuries?
running. No, no injuries. My running back two has been Travion Henderson, which has
Mm.
been an issue because I got guys. We have a pretty deep bench. We have 8 guys on our bench. So my bench, I have RJ Harvey and I have JK Dobbins. So I drafted both Broncos running backs, and
Mm.
obviously Dobbins is outperforming Harvey right now. But
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had the balls to start Dobbins over Henderson. But
Yeah.
I also have Jordan Mason on my
Oh,
bench, who I'm thinking
yeah.
about. I
You're
think he's
definitely
gonna.
starting him now. He's definitely with that shock that Aaron Jones. I was just like, heard a news report for Adam Schefter just pop on my phone. I was like, oh, Aaron Jones is out for 4 weeks, possible. I was like, oh my gosh! Now it's just like the quarterback injuries, and now like Jones is out. I'm like, oh my gosh! I was like, everybody's if like Mason's not taken, you're going out and getting Mason. But I mean, yeah, I think you're starting Mason definitely.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
definitely gonna start Mason at the running
yeah,
back too, and then my quarterback's Jalen Hurts, who didn't have a great week this week.
yeah, he
But
did. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not really worried about him long term. And then I got Jameer Gibbs, I got Travion Henderson and
yeah,
Jordan. I got Jordan Mason, I got J.K. Dobbins, I got R.J. Harvey, and
yeah.
who's my other backup running back? Oh, I have Zach Charbonnet. So I definitely have options, and I'm
Oh,
definitely gonna go Jordan Mason this week.
yeah,
But that's where I'm a little concerned for the future.
yeah.
Is like
I mean,
who's gonna be that running back two on my team?
yeah. I, yeah, I would start Mason. I'm not too worried about the Bengals defense. So I think he's definitely going to find the end zone. I definitely think Mason's going to have a double point week. Um,
And then my wide receivers are Puka. I got Puka and I got Drake London, so I'm not
oh,
worried there.
oh yeah, you're good at wide receiver.
And then tight end, I got Trey McBride, and then so we do 2 flexes. So
Oh,
my flexes are DJ Moore, which has been disappointing, and I think Roma Dunze is going to be the number 1 target in that
yeah,
offense.
yeah. I am so crossed because I'm like I don't want to trade DJ Moore, but at the same time I do. But I
That's
might
kind
pull.
of
I
And then my other flex options besides the running backs I already named are Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williams on the Lions, and who's my other wideout? Oh, I got Matthew Golden, but obviously I'm waiting on
Yeah.
Matthew Golden. I started JMO this week, and I started DJ Moore. So JMO had 20 points, which was great.
Yeah, that's
But DJ,
fantastic.
I'm
Yeah.
like, shoot, can I trust DJ Moore? But I do. Oh, I forgot I got Jawan Jennings also, so I might go with Jawan Jennings.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of cross. I'm like, okay, if like, I am so cross to like getting rid of DJ Moore and Swift, but I know Swift's playing a little bit better. I know our offensive line, we went out and signed a bunch of really good players at Tooney, and but still, it just like, we signed these players, and yet the offensive line still exactly looks like last year. I'm like, what is going on? It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait. I might just wait a little bit, but I don't want to wait too late. I might cancel the trade. I was trying to trade maybe Swift or Krosky Merritt.
Yeah, I like Krosky.
I do too.
I would keep Krosky Merritt with the Eckler injury.
I might try to pull that. I did put that offer against somebody. I don't know if they'll take it. If they don't, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll just write Swift. But I just was talking to my co-host Deadpool. I said, you know what, Austin Eckler is going to start, but at some point, Krosky Merritt is going to take over. And I don't want to say I jinxed it, but I said because of Austin Eckler's injury-prone history, or he just, but yeah, Krosky Merritt is definitely, I feel like, I mean, he was available. Somebody dropped him. So, in one of my leagues. So on my other league, I'm dropping Swift for Krosky Merritt. So
And,
I'm hoping I can wire him.
Another trade target could be Tony Pollard. I know he hasn't gotten gotten in the end zone yet, but his production has been great.
There's like no offense to the freaking Titans. I mean, Ridley's going to be up and down. I'm like, is Cam Ward going to get to Calvin Ridley this week? I think the only player that you could trust is Pollard. Like, honestly, the passing, I don't know. I think Pollard's only the positive. Sorry, Titan fans, but I think Pollard is going to be the only, best thing on the Titans this year.
Yeah, last thing I gotta say before I get off is
sure, no problem.
I think I'm gonna stream. I think I'm gonna stream Seattle's defense this week over the Falcons, just because I think the Panthers have a little spark in their offense, especially the way they finished the game.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Bryce Young's kind of little slept on, and also the other weapons in that offense like Tet and Chuba Hubbard's playing great. So I think I'm gonna go Seattle with the back. Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I actually like Seattle. I think Sam Darnold could have the same success as last year with the Vikings with Seattle this year. He's got some great targets. I mean, Cooper Kupp. I mean, if he could stay healthy, he's a solid wide receiver. And the Jigba and Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. I'm like, that's kind of a solid team. Are they a dark horse? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's just like
I like streaming home defenses too, and Seattle's at home this week.
I've seen so many.
Atlanta's on the road in a division opponent. I think those division games are a lot closer than people think.
I see so many people dropping defenses, and it's just like defenses is so tricky because like the Texans could put up 14 fancy points, next week, and then 2 weeks they might do 3. It's like so up and down with defense. You could roll with any defense. It's just like if somebody gets a pick, is it they just go sack hungry? You just don't know. I don't understand why drop defenses unless if it's on a bye. But defenses are so up and down. I usually don't even draft a defense unless it's required. But I usually like to use that extra bench spot to potentially drop somebody who gets hurt before week 1, and then just stream defenses because there's defenses every week put up over 10 points. Yeah, I was gonna say, do what you think. You have that like tricky little thing to do to try to, win your league and everything. So that's kind of smart. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So,
You can kick me off now. I
okay. Well,
appreciate your
thanks for
time.
coming up. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate all your thoughts and stuff and everything.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having
All right.
me.
Have a good night.
I
Yeah.
gave you a follow too.
All right. Yeah. Deadpool will be on hopefully soon. He's getting internet. So definitely give him a follow too. He's a really cool guy. Very knowledgeable about fantasy and football. Hoping he'll be on if he gets his internet fixed. So thanks for coming up.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. No problem. Okay. Whoop. Let me see. Drop down. All right. Let me drop. Wait. Oh, I think maybe you got to drop down. Maybe we just exit. Because for some reason, there you go. Okay. Sorry, people. I know I've been talking, bringing people up. Let me see. Let me scroll through some of these comment sections real quick. Let me try to see what you guys are saying real quick. Let me just take a minute. Oh, here's one. Trade. God, my eyes are so heavy. Njoku and Judy for Myers and Hawkinson. I seen so many people in lives last night just trashing Hawkinson. I feel like Njoku is a better tight end than Hawkinson. And I like Jerry Judy, so I would not trade Jerry Judy or Njoku for Hawkinson. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hang on one second. Let me just read some of the comments real quick. Gentry. I've got, for Genty and Nakua for Swift. Yeah, I feel like Genty, he's got to, I'm hoping he takes off. I'm really hoping he takes off. I would not give up Genty yet. Nico is solid. I don't know. Swift kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know. It's just. Oh, you got offered Genty and Nico. Oh, trade in Puka. That's a tough one. I would say yes, because I think Genty's going to might have a better year than Swift. I know that might be a hot take, but Puka's having like an MVP year. But Nico is a good solid, receiver too. So I'm going to try to bring people up. I still have Hawkinson. I'm not saying to drop Hawkinson, but a lot of people in a lot of lives is saying they're dropping Hawkinson. But I've always liked Hawkinson as a tight end. But I feel like if JJ can get healthy, he could be solid. Okay, so James Carter for Chase, Brown Chubbs, and Coleman, who wins? James Comer and Jordan for Chase Brown. I like that would be. I think the Chase Brown one and the Coleman. I like Kean Coleman. I think he's going to be Josh Allen's number one this year. As a noisy car went by. Yeah, I like Kean Coleman a lot. And you got Chuba Harder and Chase Brown. Yeah, I think that's the winner right there. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up. All right, I'm gonna bring you up. Let me bring people up here real quick. Sorry, it's just so much to deal with. Let me see who's still there. Hey, what's up? How's everybody? How you doing tonight?
Yeah. How you doing?
Pretty good. So, fantasy
Yeah, let me lay you
talk,
down
or
on my
how your
team.
NFL team did this week, or
Bro, so my first week I put up 75. And
wow,
this is
yeah.
a 10-man league.
Oh, jeez.
So I really just pretty much shit the bed the first week.
Yeah.
This is my team essentially. Right now I have Justin Herbert,
Solid. Yeah.
then I have Kyron and Kenneth K9 for my running backs.
Oh, that's not bad. I love Kyron Williams.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then I
Yeah.
have CD and BTJ.
Hmm.
And then for my flex right now, I've been kind of going between Terry McLaurin, Jordan Mason, and
Yeah.
then I also have like Cooper Kupp on my bench, Rashid Shaheed, and then my tight end is Njoku.
I like that team. Yeah,
It's
Mason,
not
like I
too
said.
bad. It's just
Yeah, and you only put 75 points up?
something like that, or like
That's
80.
pretty crazy.
It's just because everyone had a bad week. Like BTJ had a bad week,
Yeah,
Goldie had a
yeah.
bad week, K9 had a
Yeah.
bad week.
Yeah, a lot of players that first week usually have a bad week until they get going. Mason, I like a lot. Justin Herbert is just, yeah, if he can stay healthy, I think the Chargers could
And
be
then
a huge
I have
threat.
Bo Nix on my bench. Do you think I should drop him for Daniel Jones just for my backup?
See, that's what I was saying. Is it going to keep? Is Daniel Jones going to keep doing this?
Yeah, this production,
is he
yeah.
going to be like I said, is he last year Sam Darnold? I don't know. I think he's going to do it this week against the Titans. He's going to put up 20-some points. I like Bo Nix a lot. I kind of want to say I trust Bo Nix a little bit better than
Daniel Jones, yeah.
Daniel Jones because I just have a funny feeling when the Colts face somebody tough, with a great defense and the pressure, Daniel Jones is just going to be like, I don't know what to do. Who should I throw it to? Pick.
Yeah, he's gonna.
So I feel like as long as Daniel Jones plays some really bad teams, play him. But I think Bo Nix is the better quarterback in the long run.
I'll take Bo Nix. I was gonna drop. I have Nick Chubb also on my bench. I was gonna drop him for Troy Franklin because I see that Troy
Chubb if he can stay healthy, I was so happy to see him get in the end zone last night, and I think he could be a solid running back. But the health of him scares me.
And Mixon's gonna come back too, no?
Yeah. If Chubb's,
a week.
I don't know how long Mixon is going to be out for. Is he still out for a couple more weeks?
I believe so. I believe it's like 1 or 2 more.
I don't know. It's a committee because if Chubb just goes off, it's like who starts? Mixon is solid, but when Nick Chubb is healthy, Nick Chubb is solid. So it's kind of like, it's kind of almost like in the situation of like Tyrone Tracy and Skidabo. It's just like, it's a committee. Both of them I think are solid running backs. Both of them are going to find the end zone. And it's like, who is going to get the playing time? So.
Yeah, but I'm probably not going to start him in a 10-man league if I already have Byron in.
No, I think Chubb is like a flex. I said this before we did our first podcast. Me and Depu was. I said I think Chubb is a good flex, but I don't think he's your 1 or 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If the they're playing a bad defense, start Chubb. But yeah, I like Justin Herbert. Yeah, I think you got a solid team.
I also have Judkins too on my bench.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm just hoping that your team just gets better because I think you have a really good team.
Yeah. Again, I lost this week too.
Oh no! Oh gosh! Don't fret. You'll win. You'll get your win.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Is there any running backs or receiver on the waiver wire where you're just like, holy crap, that player is available. I'm going to try to get him. Is there anybody that stands out or you're just like...
There's Rashad White.
I would rather keep Chubb than White.
But I was going to drop Chubb for Troy Franklin, who's on the waivers right now.
Yeah.
Do you know Troy Franklin?
What's that?
Do you know Troy Franklin?
Wait, Troy Franklin. Isn't he with? I didn't target him this year.
He's with the Broncos right now, and he just had a decent week. He got 9 targets.
Harvey and J.K. Dobbins is there though.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't think he's going to get too much. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins is just like it's really playing really good. And then RJ Harvey too. It's just like, unless like Franklin goes down, or I mean, not Franklin, but if like, one of those goes down, I feel like, one of those guys are going to step up. It's kind of almost like Tootin,
Hmm.
If
Yeah.
Tootin, if NTN goes down, Tootin's going to be the hottest pickup. But, he was the fastest running back in the NFL, the pre-camp and stuff and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I would still, I don't know about it. I don't know. Because as long as J.K. Dobbins is healthy and R.J. Harvey, they're going to get the most playing time. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Tootin, if Tootin's available, if you could drop him, or I mean, pick him up, there could be, he's good for the long run. So, I don't know. But, yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah. Sounds like you're having connection problems, but yeah, hopefully.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. De'Ami Brown is also available. I don't know if that's a name to watch.
Yeah, I like stash players. Tootin, I'm just like, who did I drop Tootin for? I think I dropped him for Sampson for the Browns just because
Sam,
Sampson.
he had a good week one.
Yeah, yeah, I think he could be the starter. I think Jerome Ford. I don't know. I think everyone kind of expected him to be the starter, but now I feel like Sampson will probably get most of the starts. So
No,
that's what I was like.
I feel like Quinshaw Judkins is going to get a lot of production too.
Yeah. I'm just like with tight ends, and Njoku is just like, I think that's a pretty solid player to have as a tight end. But well, anyway, good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I
Hope you
appreciate
get your
it.
win. Definitely, please pop back in. I
Yeah,
want to
most
hear if
definitely.
you get your
I'll drop a
win.
follow too. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
follow. Yeah. I'm hoping you pop in next Tuesday night. I want to hear if you got your win,
All
or
right. Yeah,
shoot me
we'll
a
do.
message or something. I'm definitely, yeah. Good luck. Hope you get that win.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
Yeah, no
man.
problem. Thanks for coming up. All right, everybody. All right, who is it? Is it? Yes. Anybody wants to come up? Let me read. Let me a few of the comments. I'm sorry, so much going on. I wish I had Dadpool here. He's usually good at keeping at the comments. Let's see. I got Jacobs, Connor, CD, London, and Hampton. For the week should. Oh man, that's actually not bad. Connor and CD and London. That's a pretty solid, roster right there. So, but you're saying that you're 0 and 2? Oh man. Like Hampton, I don't know. I don't know if Hampton, you could try to find somebody better for Hampton, but if anybody wants to request up, definitely request up. I know people were like, when are you bringing us up? I also want to do my picks real quick. Yes, trade for Roma Dunze was solid. Yeah, if he can keep it up, if Caleb can get the ball to him, trading for Roma Doomsday was great. I love that. Yeah. Just traded Jamar Chase for Debo and Jonathan Taylor. Whoa, man. If Debo can stay healthy, solid. Um, I said this to Dadpool that, before the game started. I said, I think Jonathan Taylor is going to get hurt because I feel like all the offense is going to go through him. And Tyler Warren's great. I think he's special. He's a special tight end. Michael Pittman's good. But I said most of the offense is going to run through Jonathan Taylor. They're going to overwork him, and he's going to get tired, or he's going to get tired and hurt. But yeah, that could be solid. I kind of like that. I hope it pays off for you. But I like Debo. If it just depends on the health of Debo, because I feel like if Debo's healthy, he's solid. Jonathan Taylor stays solid or healthy, he's solid. So you might have you got two solid players, so you might have actually won that trade. Especially if you need a running back. Sure, yeah. If you want to come up, yeah, come on up. Some of the comments I probably miss. I'm sorry. Actually, let's see. Let's see. Should I do? Oh, like Hampton. I don't know. I like the Chargers right now. I like how they're playing. I don't know if if anybody has Hampton, are you hanging on to him? I don't know, but I really do like what the Chargers are doing. They're doing right now. They look like they've playing really good right now. I know, sorry if I missed any of your comments. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, come on up. Was it Jace? Jace Anderson? Yeah, come on up. A request up if you'd like. Oh yeah, you saw that. I saw that. Yeah, no, I kind of like Bo Nix. Like I said, we were talking about that. I really like Bo Nix a lot in the long run. At some point I want to do. Yeah, definitely. Come on up. Come on up. Request. I love to hear your team, how you're doing in fantasy. You know, who's your favorite team? What's your thoughts on your team? Let's see. I like Terry McLaurin. I like Pickens. I think Pickens is going to go off. Yeah, put a request in to request up, and I'll bring you up. All right. Let's see. Accept. Hey, how's it going?
How we doing? I got one question for you.
Sure.
I want another opinion. The trade's already done,
Okay.
but
It's done
my
deal. It's accepted. It's good to go.
it's already done. It's accepted.
Okay.
It's already in there. So I traded away Christian McCaffrey and Kareem Hunt. So basically just Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And I got back Josh Jacobs and Tony Pollard. And the reason I did it was because outside of McCaffrey, I had Aaron Jones, who's hurt, and also he's just not getting any touches. And I also had Travion Henderson, who's not getting any touches.
Yeah.
And I didn't give up Travion, so I've still got him. But I thought I needed two running backs, especially if CMC gets injured. I would have been screwed. So
Yeah.
I think I won. I think I won the trade.
Yeah, I do too.
I like Jacob.
Like I said, I don't wish injury on anybody, but I've been saying it to everybody. Like it's like playing Russian roulette, basically, with a group of four people. It's like, when is it going to happen? It's almost like the volcano is steaming. It's steaming. When is it going to explode? So it's just like, I think it is. I think, were you kind of worried about like, oh man, CMC takes a hit, ACL, he's done for the year, knee injury.
I wasn't worried about. I wasn't really worried about CMC's injury. I was more worried about my depth because I don't have a ton of wide receiver depth to put at that flex too. Because I was putting Aaron Jones in my flex, and so I was like, I can probably turn CMC into two running backs, and Aaron Jones averaging like 18 carries a game, Pollard's 20 plus a game. Like I was like, I just want touches. Like in fantasy, all you want is touches. So I was like, hey, let me get these two guys. He had a ton of running backs. So I think it was like a mutually
Yeah.
beneficial trade because he
Yeah.
had some other running
Yeah.
back pieces. He could have,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, and if CMC, again, I'm not wishing on injury. If CMC gets injured, that just saved my season. You know?
Yeah. I was just like, if I'm watching the game and then watching Red Zone and I'll be like, oh boy, did that just pay off for Just Sports. I was like, oh my gosh, smart guy. It happened, but yeah, like I said, I don't wish injury on anybody, but Pollard, you said you got Pollard and
Jacobs.
Yeah, that was because I said most of the offense is going to go through Pollard. You know, Calvin Ridley is going to be up and down. Jacobs is solid. So, yeah, I definitely feel like you won that trade. You give, somebody else to worry about CMC just in case, he gets, but it just, with his, track record of being hurt, I just was like, I'm staying away from him. He was there. I'm not taking him or Kittle. I mean, Kittle's been hurt every year since 2020.
Yeah, and you want to know want to know the funny part is that I also have Kittle.
Oh. Oh man, and he got hurt. Oh man. Oh, that's.
But I do have, and the best part about this all is that my backup for Kittle was Goddard, who was hurt. So.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and I also, my wide receiver too was Xavier Worthy. So there you go.
Gosh.
But you know what? If I told you I was 2-0, would you believe me?
I would not. I'd be like, this guy is 0-2.
Last night going into Monday Night Football, so I won week 1. Last night going into Monday Night Football, I was up by 6.9 points. It's a half PPR, and I had no players left. He had Brock Bowers, and Bowers got 0.3 less than he needed. So I won.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, I like Mike Mayer. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and I'm just like, such a great tight end, and it was kind of sucked that they select Bowers, but I mean, just how Bowers is a tight end, it was just like, you have to take him, but, I mean, it was nice to see Mike Mayer get some touches, and so obviously you put the tight ends on IR, obviously, like Kittle, and I don't know if Goddard's on your IR, but did you pick somebody off of waivers to...
Yeah, I grabbed Kincaid, but I think I'm going to drop. I think I'm going to drop Kincaid this week for Juwan Jennings just because he's been getting a lot of looks.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Kincaid because I was thinking, okay, Kincaid really. I think this is the year that Kincaid goes off. I'm still going to hang on to him because I feel like tight ends could be so up and down like defenses. It sometimes, it's so up and down unless you have somebody maybe like Mark Andrews or Bowers or Kraft, that's going to put up, but that's awesome that you're 2-0, man.
Well, it's because I've got Lamar and Puka, so that helps.
Well, there you go. There's that. Puka is just on another level so far this year. Lamar Jackson too. So, but
so I think the pivot's going to work out.
Yeah. Are you favored to win this week?
I haven't actually looked ahead yet.
Yeah,
I haven't worked today.
Yeah,
I wasn't really
I haven't either. I haven't had a chance to go through and seeing how I did in fantasy yet. I haven't really checked at all and see if, what teams I lost on and stuff and everything. I do my waiver wire and
I think I do play an 0-2 team. So hopefully I can get that third win.
Yeah, hopefully.
I feel like if you start out 3-0,
let me know if you pop in on next Tuesday. Let us know, that if you won that matchup.
Yeah, I'll have to.
I'm definitely curious. I'm curious. So wait for the other guy to see if he wins his first game and wondering to see if you go 3-0. So hopefully that pays off for Puka and Lamar this week again.
Yeah, I've had a pretty lucky. Yesterday was a very lucky day. I also had an 8-leg parlay that hit on that Bucks last second touchdown for about $500.
Yeah, I need
very,
to do
very lucky day.
Yeah, what do you do? FanDuel or?
Yeah, FanDuel.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing that this year. I haven't done it, but
It's a
yeah.
lot of fun. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
I
fun if
did.
you know
Oh,
who's watching.
my friend at work, he's like, "Oh man, I put 7 bets on. He almost hit $900 last week, but I forget who screwed him up. Oh, it was Derrick Henry did that touchdown, that big run, and he was just like, oh my god, because it had to be under so many points, the combined score, and he was like that touchdown like put him over, and he lost $900.
Oh Lord,
He was like, oh my god, he was like, he just like I went white as a ghost. He was just like, oh my god.
it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna give you a
All right. Yeah.
follow, but
Yeah. Thanks for coming up. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely
for
let us know
sure,
next Tuesday on our show if you went 3-0.
I will. I will.
Okay. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for coming up.
All right. Peace. You too.
Yeah. You all right. All right, everybody. Real quick, I know I missed some of the people's comments. I apologize. I want to do real quick week 3 picks. I want to do week 3 picks. Let me get my notes here. My notes are all scattered all over the place. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do week 3 picks real quick. Sorry if you're sending comments. I'm gonna try to go through some of them. All right. So we got the Thursday night matchup. I think everybody's taking the Bills. Bills big over the Dolphins. I think Josh Allen's going to have a great fantasy week. James Cook is going to have a monster week in fantasy. Devon Achane, I think that might be the only player you start. I mean, if you have Jalen Waddle, maybe as a flex, but I like the Bills big. I'm going to take the Bengals over the Vikings because I trust Browning a little bit better than Carson Wentz. It could be close. It's going to be definitely an interesting matchup quarterback wise. Who has the better outcome, Browning or Carson Wentz? I like the Bengals. I like the Texans over the Jaguars. I could see this going either way, but I like the Texans over the Jaguars. I think CJ Stroud's going to have a decent game. A lot of leagues I'm in, CJ Stroud is available. Everybody was like, after that sophomore slump, they were just kind of like, I don't know about CJ Stroud, but I'm going to take the Texans. I'm riding with Danny Dimes again this week. I'm taking the Colts over the Titans. If you got Daniel Jones or if you picked him up off of waivers, you dropped Joe Burrow because he's probably out for the season. You picked up Danny Dimes, start him. He's going to have a big week in fantasy. So is Jonathan Taylor. I like the Raiders over the Commanders. It doesn't look like Jaden Daniels is going to go. I think this is the game. Could be totally wrong because, like I said, our motto, 2 dads, too many bad picks. This is the game that Ashton Genty goes off and has like 20, 22 fantasy points. I think he's going to have a big game. Is Geno Smith going to have a good game this week? I don't know, but I think Ashton Genty is going to have a good week. Next up, we've got my game of the week. It is the Eagles and the Rams, undefeated. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I like the Eagles in this matchup. I kind of want to go with the Rams in the sense because I was like Kyron Williams, go Irish, my former Notre Damer. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think this could be a high score game. Running back battle, Saquon versus Kyron. I think they're both going to have really good games fantasy-wise. I think the Eagles pull this out, but it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to a Jake Elliott field goal. It's going to be close. I like the Falcons again. I took I can't remember. Before I say that, I actually took I took the Vikings. That's right. But anyway, I like the Falcons in this matchup. Bijan's gonna go off. Drake London's gonna go off. Bijan might put up 40 fantasy points. Panthers defense is not that good at all. But if you got Bijan, you're starting him anyway. You're starting him every week. But I like the Falcons over the Panthers. I think the Steelers are going to bounce back. I like them over the Patriots. Are we going to have good Aaron Rodgers or are we going to have bad Aaron Rodgers this week? I hate to say this because I'm a Bears fan, but the Packers are steamrolling through these weeks. I like them again this week over the Browns. Tucker Kraft, big fantasy game he's going to have. No Justin Fields. Buccaneers are going to just beat down on the Jets. Shake and Bake is going to have a great fantasy week. I think Baker Mayfield could be in the high 20 range. Bucky Irvin's going to have a really good game. Yeah. Are you starting any of the Jets players on this week? I don't think so. This was almost going to be my game of the week. I think this could be a really good game. Justin Herbert versus Bo Nix. I like the Chargers. Keenan Allen's going to find in the end zone again. Quentin Johnson. I like the Chargers over the Broncos. I still think Bo Nix is going to have a good game. Could be close. Could be under 10-point win for the Chargers. I like the Seahawks over the Saints. Cowboys. Ah! Oh boy, this game, there's going to be somebody in the stands. First, maybe you missed the first. Maybe there's a little bit of line. Find a concession stand. There's going to be a Cowboy fan that goes up and gets a hot dog and a beer and comes back into the first quarter. It's 28-0. Your Cowboys be like, how did we score 28 points already? Just the end of the first quarter. It is going to be ugly. It is going to be very ugly. Caleb Williams is going to be on his ass like Jay Cutler used to be for my Bears. Javante's going to go off. CeeDee Lamb's going to go off. Dak's going to have a monster game. George Pickens is going to have a good... Who are we guarding? Who do we have on the Bears that's going to guard? With Blackwell out. Kyler Gordon's hurt. Jalen Johnson's out for the year. It's going to be ugly. It is going to be an ugly game. They might put 60 on us. Cowboys in a big win. Cardinals over the 49ers. I like Marvin Harrison. I like Kyler Murray. Mac Jones. I don't know. Let's see what he does this week against the Cardinals. But I like Marvin Harrison to have a really nice game in Kyler Murray. I am taking the Cardinals. We've got my upset pick of the week. This might be crazy. You might be just like, NFL guy, what are you smoking over there? What are you drinking? I'm going to predict the Chiefs are going to go 0-3. I think the Giants is going to pull off the upset of the year. I think the Giants is going to make the Chiefs go 0-3. I think Russell's going to cook. Malik Neighbor's going to have a big game. Tyrone Tracy finds the end zone. I can imagine the comment section and be like, I can't watch this guy and his takes. Like I said, it's touchdown talk. Two dads, too many bad picks. I'm picking the Giants in an upset. Giants fans are probably just like, yes, there you go, NFL guy. That's how you make a pick. But we'll see. I could be totally wrong. This could be a blowout. And then the last matchup, we've got the Ravens and the Lions. This could be an interesting matchup. This was almost going to be my upset pick of the week. I was going to pick the Lions, but I trust Derrick Henry. I trust Zay Flowers. I trust Lamar Jackson. I like the Ravens. So there you go. There's my picks. We always do a long shot. I wish Dadpool was here. if we do a show tomorrow, we're going to talk a lot of fantasy. We might, not 100% sure, but we might have a replay touchdown talk tomorrow so Dad Pool can come up. My co-host, he's having internet problems. My long shot for the week is going to be LaJohntay Wester for the Ravens, the rookie from Colorado. He is my long shot player of the week. So there you have it. There's my week 3 picks. And so anyway, if anybody else still wants to, I'll stay on for a little bit. If anybody else wants to come up and talk. Oh, you requested? Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. Hold on one second. This is like, I got to go through the comments. That was old. Oh my God, my eyes are so heavy tonight. Oh man. Are you talking about Hollywood Brown? I mean, Hollywood. I'm going to talk about Hollywood Brown. I think Hollywood Brown should be the Chiefs' number 1. I like Tracy a lot. Like I said, he's the starter. I mean, it's a committee, but you know, I think it could be a committee all year. You know, but I do like Tracy. I mean, I feel like you have Tracy. I don't know if I would like Tracy this week against the Chiefs, but I don't think the Chiefs have the great defense. But I think Tracy finds the end zone. If anybody else wants to come up, request up, I would love to bring you up. I'd love to hear people's thoughts, how they're doing on fantasy and how their team doing that they love. Okay, let's see. Saquon for Ibuka. Pacheco, I have A.J. Brown and Mecca and okay, let's see. Saquon. Oh man, are you really trading Saquon away though? I don't trust Pacheco. I don't know. I mean, he's the starter. I mean, I guess I trust him better than Kareem Hunt. But I don't know. Oh, definitely Kraft. Kraft. Laporta is very quiet. I don't see Laporta going off against the Ravens. Yeah, you're definitely starting Kraft if you have Kraft on your team. You're definitely starting him. Yeah. I would probably accept it because there won't be too much offense with it, bro. Yeah. I mean, hang on, almost ended the live. But yeah, I mean, if you have Saquon, are you trading Saquon for anybody? I would think the only player you could possibly trade Saquon for, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson. I feel like, that could possibly be, but obviously I feel like you're getting somebody else in that trade too. If like somebody is offering you, Bijan, there might be another player, but would I trade Olave and Swift for Travis Hunter and DK Metcalf? Oh, it was my cat. I was wondering what walked by me. Travis Hunter is... Oh, wait. Hang on. Real quick. Whoever requested up, just wait 1 second. Let me answer this comment. He's kind of slow. I think as the season go, he'll get hot. I like Metcalf. Unless you need a receiver, I would do that trade. Like, if I would trade Olave if you need help on the receivers for Travis Hunter and Metcalf. Yeah, I would. I would do it. I would probably take that trade. So I'm probably. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How's it going? Oh, wait for it to load. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks
I
for.
just I had to argue with some Chiefs and Cowboys fans. I had to tell them y'all ain't won a playoff game since '95, and y'all are 0-2. Shut up.
Who are you arguing about? Who's 0-2?
I'm a Broncos fan, and they tried to bring up the fact that we lost to the Colts this week. I said they beat us by one on a bullshit call.
Oh, on
So,
the leverage. Oh God, I couldn't believe that. I like flew off my sofa. I think I was watching. Let's see. That was a 4 o'clock game, wasn't it? Was your game
uh,
at 4, or was it?
I believe so. Yeah, it was 4:05.
Yeah, because I remember I was making supper and I just heard it and it was just like, oh, the field goal. Then I heard flag and I ran in. I was cooking something on the stove and I was like, oh, no way, a flag. I was like, what? Um, I think the Broncos are in a good position. I like Bo Nix.
Yeah, and guess
I like
what?
Bo
We
Nix
get
a
we get
lot.
Drake Greenlaw back this week.
I mean, the running backs. If J.K.
Exactly.
Dobbins could stay healthy.
J.K. Dobbins healthy is pretty dangerous right now.
Yeah. Harvey's decent. He gets a good 1-2 punch. Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
So it's just like,
but no,
it's
they were just mad because they know their teams suck. It's okay.
well, Dallas is going to win this week, obviously.
Yeah,
So I
I
know.
had to explain. I had to explain to them that the Eagles own the Chiefs right now. So,
Yeah, I mean they owned them Sunday. The Chiefs can't say nothing. They can't say nothing at all.
and then he tried to say the Colts are better than us. I said, okay, the Colts are 2-0. Y'all are 0-2. So please tell me how.
Yeah, I don't. Ah, yeah, I don't trust Danny Dimes for the whole season. I think he's hot now. I hope so. I mean, I don't like the
That's what
Colts.
people. That's another thing people got to understand. I believe this is just me. I think the Colts are going to be like the 2024 Saints and fall apart after like week 4 or week 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. You could be right. I mean, they're going to win this week against the Titans as the Titans pull an
They
upset.
play the Rams after that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know you're a Broncos fan, but I got the Chargers over the Broncos.
I mean, I can't be mad at it, but I think
Yeah.
we're going to win. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, if the Broncos do win, it's not a shocker. I wouldn't be shocked. Be like, oh my God, the Broncos won. I'd be like, like I said, Bo Nix is playing pretty good. I mean, J.K. Dobbins, I'd be like, I almost went either way. I almost picked the Broncos, but I just
Exactly.
like Herbert, the receivers with Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen's having a resurgence. And it's like, but we'll see. I don't know. Like it could go either way. I feel like honestly, it could be a flip of a coin. The Broncos, Bo Nix just goes off. Broncos could beat the Chargers.
That's what another thing people got to understand. The Chiefs might not even make the playoffs this year.
That would be shock. I wish I would have. If somebody would have told me 4 weeks ago that the Chiefs were going to be 0-2, I'd be like, there is no way. There is
I mean,
no
I could
way.
kind of see it just because their receiving core is dog shit.
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to probably make a trade for a receiver.
Named Tyreek Hill.
No, I don't know if you were in here for the whole time, but last week my co-host Deadpool was seeing a Pittsburgh news station who follows the Steelers a lot, and he was saying that the Steelers are talking with the Dolphins about maybe trying to make a trade for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf on the
Ooh,
same team would just be like, but
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers is so up and
DK,
down.
Aaron
I
Rodgers, DK, and Tyreek. That'd be
yeah.
deadly.
I know also CBS reports, CBS Sports was also reporting that Denver's kind of in the mix too, maybe. To maybe try to pull something to get
We
Tyreek
better
Hill?
not be. I don't want the
You don't
bad.
want Tyreek Hill?
I don't want Tyreek.
Yeah, I
He's
mean
a nuisance in the locker room.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, I mean, I would think if I was in Vegas, I would put $20 on that he would go back to the Chiefs. That's my guess. That would be my guess. I mean, just that game the first week, um, you could see Tyreek having a meltdown, almost like frustrated on the sidelines. So it's like, yeah, it's a possibility.
He's
I mean,
just a nuisance in the locker room.
yeah, yeah.
And I trade Nico Collins for Puka. That's terrible.
You traded? I don't think so. You traded
No,
Nico? No, not at all. I think that's great. I mean, Nico's great. Puka's having a fantastic year, but that also depends on the health of Matt Stafford.
oh, I
So,
read it wrong. I thought you said Puka for Nico. My bad.
oh, what was it?
It's Nico for Puka.
Oh, deep.
Yeah, that's a great
Okay,
idea.
okay. I mean, both of them are solid. Like, I don't feel
Yeah.
like either way
No,
that's a bad trade if you're getting either one. I mean, both of them are solid, but both are solid wide receivers. Um, but I mean, the Texans, it's like, ugh,
Texans might not win their division this year. The Jags might.
that's crazy to even think about. Like, it's
Shit, the
it's
Colts
just
might.
yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, I on paper, I look at Jacksonville and like, wow, Trevor Lawrence can just step up. I mean, Travis Hunter and it's like Etienne, but Etienne just, I feel like if Etienne goes down, I still think Tootin will definitely step up. I'm just kind of like in fantasy, I'm just like, I don't want to drop anybody good or halfway
And then
decent.
they come back.
Yeah, and Tootin, and try to be like, and Etienne just plays the whole year and he doesn't get, injured. But I just don't want to have him just kind of a wait type of thing. So, I mean,
Hey, hang on, Ethan, grab Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's kind of slowly becoming the number one for us.
yeah, but yeah, it's I like what Denver's doing so far. Like, I think I am it's kind of it's going to see, if Denver can finish strong in what they do in the playoffs, because they're definitely going to be in the playoffs. So, I definitely like Denver's chances, but
There's no way don't make the playoffs.
mm,
I mean, there is a way, obviously, but I'm saying I just don't see
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, injury bug,
Yeah.
injury bug could, it's going around. It's really bad this week. I couldn't believe how many quarterbacks and then Aaron Jones going down. It's just like, that happens. I know for me, it's just like, oh my God, I got some of these players. It's like, what do I do? Especially with Joe Burrow. It's like,
Yeah,
they're saying
George
he's
Kittle
probably going
went
to
down
miss
for
the
me
year.
week one.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, like I was telling to the other guy earlier, it's just like, I stayed away from George Kittle because, he's just been, since 2020, is just injury, 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 injury. So George Kittle was there and I was like, I am not even going to touch him. I am not going to take him. I just kept taking Tucker Kraft a lot. I took Tucker Kraft and I took Kincaid. I took Mark Andrews. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the Broncos do for the rest of the season.
I
So,
think we're going to be all right.
yeah, I think you guys are going to be okay. I think you guys are going to be okay. I trust
I
Bo
think we
Nix.
get second in our division.
Yeah, I could see that. I definitely could see that. So, but yeah, it'd be definitely interesting
Who do you think
Yeah.
goes in as the 1 seed this year in the AFC?
What's that?
Who do you think goes in as the 1 seed this year in the AFC?
Oh.
I think it's got to be the Bills.
Yeah. Ravens, maybe? I don't know. I think it's going to come down between the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah, there's nobody else like that's just
Yeah.
hopped in the front for
Um,
me.
you know what? I'll just say a dark horse, maybe the Chargers. Who knows?
There you
I
have the
mean,
Chargers.
Chargers a possibility. That's a dark horse. I'll say that'll be my dark horse. But
Yeah,
obviously,
it's like
it'll
a
probably
sleeper.
yeah, sleeper. That would be my sleeper. But I definitely feel like it'll be between the Bills and the Ravens. That'll be the number one. So
Yeah, for sure. Who's
yeah.
your team?
Uh
Oh dear God, it wasn't that good for y'all this past week.
oh man. Oh, I'm surprised I even have a voice to do our podcast tonight. Oh my God. Dude, I
Oh,
was just so furious. I was so
trust
furious.
me.
I just
You didn't lose by a last second field goal though, so I don't want to
no,
hear it.
no, we just got it was over before the cheerleaders hit the field. That's it was bad. It was that I've been a Bears fan since '86. That might be one of the top two worst games I've ever seen. It was bad.
You know, if you want a stat to use on a Cowboys fan, by the way, use this. They have not beaten the Denver Broncos since 1995.
There you go. There
Use
you
that.
go. Oh man. Yeah, it's rough. The Bears schedule is so rough. We might not win a game. I don't know if you heard me earlier talking. I I don't know. Who are we going to beat? I have no idea. Are we going to beat the Saints? The Saints hung around with the 49ers. You know, the Browns were ahead on the Bengals, and that's when they had Joe Burrow. The Browns
Yeah.
were the Browns were up. I'm like, okay, the Bengals is obviously a better team than the Bears. I'm like, are we going to beat the Giants? Giants almost beat Dallas. I'm like, there is no one on that schedule where I can say that's a win. I don't know. I don't like these first time head coaches that were coordinators and stuff. We've done it 3 times. It doesn't work. It just does not. Well, no, this is our 4th time. Well, technically, if you count Mark Trestman, but he was a head coach in Canada, won 2 championships and came over. But Matt Nagy, Matt Eberflus, it's like, oh man, I don't know. I told my co-host Deadpool, I said, can a coach be on the hot seat the first year?
And week 2.
Like, can he be on the hot seat? Like, did we make a mistake? It's like, oh my gosh, it's season's over. You know, season's over. I mean, Jalen Johnson's out for the year. Blackwell's hurt. Our other defensive back. Kyler Gordon's hurt. TJ Edwards just was hurt. Came back for the Detroit game. Got hurt again. Sweat is the most overrated defensive player in the NFL.
DeAndre Swift's been good for y'all.
Robinson hasn't really took off. You know, the offensive line spent all that money, got all Tooney, that player from the Falcons, from the Seahawks, nothing. It is just like, what are we doing? It's like, what is even happening?
I mean, DeAndre Swift's been good this year for y'all.
Yeah, DeAndre's actually played good. He's played better in these first 2 games, I think, than all of last year. He really just did not take it off. But I don't think DeAndre Swift is the answer in Chicago. Chicago's always had big, gruesome running backs. I mean, Peyton, Gale Sayers, Matt Forte, David Montgomery. It's just, I just don't know if Swift is the fix is the answer there. I mean, Rashawn Johnson's hurt. I think he's more of a powerful back, but I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah. I will say that the Broncos have a better chance beating the Chargers than the Bears beating the Cowboys Sunday. So I will definitely say that. So, but anyway, hey Chandler, I'm going to drop you down.
All right,
Or if you
bro.
want to drop down, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
Thanks. I loved all your takes and stuff. Go Broncos. Hopefully you have a good season.
Yes,
Rest of the-
sir. Bear
Yeah.
down. Have a good year.
Yeah. Bear down. Thanks. All right. Have a good night. All right. Thanks. Everybody's so cool. Thanks, everybody. Sorry if I missed your comments. There's so much. It's a one-man show tonight. Dadpool is not here, my co-host. He's really good at paying attention to the comments section. It's so much trying to pay attention to the guest that's coming up. So if I missed your comment or your trade opinion, I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't hate me. It's just so much trying to do a one-man show when my co-host is not here. But thanks for everybody popping in. And I know I'm tired. So if I'm trying to read these comments and I'm like I did not sleep good. I have really bad anxiety sometimes. My anxiety, I can't fall asleep. So it's just like my eyes are so heavy when I'm trying to read. Let's see. Let me try to get some of these comments. I think I've reached almost everything on our like some of the topics that me and Dadpool do. We can't do tonight because I kind of want to ask him. We have 2-minute drill. That's when we bring you up. I feel like that's going to be a long thing because we love bringing you up. We have something called ground and pound. Some of our topics where we talk about the running backs for the week. I'll let you guys know some of the topics that we do since I have the let me grab my notes. I got everything written down. All right, yeah, our topics for the week is obviously, let me run this down real quick. Tuesday, touchdown turnouts, where we recap the NFL like I did earlier. We have something called bad takes, fantasy fails, like people like Derrick Henry. Definitely, anything that happened in a game, like the Broncos, the leverance call, and that crazy play. 2-minute drill, or 2-minute warning, we like to call it, where we bring you up. It's longer than 2 minutes. We bring you up, let us know your thoughts on how your team did this week, fantasy, your trades, ground and pound. We talk about running backs for the week. We might do something, we might switch it off different weeks and maybe call it pass and I forget what he called it, a nickname. We might focus on quarterbacks that week, receivers, tight ends. We have something called Pop Quiz Dad, where I try to stump Dadpool, my co-host, in the weekly NFL pop quiz question. We have Grill or Chill, players you're starting and maybe players you're benching this week. Fantasy Footlong, this is where we rant about a player or a team, like the Bears. I would have still probably been ranting off of the Bears on that topic. Topic 8 is Dad Bod picks, sleeper underdog picks that you should be starting in your lineup. Week 9 is fourth in the long shot. We talk about the player that we think is definitely going to have the best fantasy week. And then the last one, topic 10 is picks of the week. We go over the picks. We give my pick, Dadpool's pick. I'm also, because he's not here, excuse me, I've got a new topic, and I'm going to wait for Dadpool to next time he comes on because of his internet issue, is called Panic or Don't Panic on fantasy football players that might not be doing really well right now. Big name that you selected with the 5th pick, the 10th pick. that you thought you got a steal in the second round. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is some of the topics that we're going to have each week on Touchdown Talk every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Give me a follow. I will follow back. The one Dadpool you love to hate. Follow him. That's my co-host. Awesome guy, great friend, very knowledgeable about fantasy football and NFL. And yeah, so I'm probably going to stay on for another 10 minutes and I'm probably going to jump off here. So I want to apologize if I missed anybody's comments or questions. It's a one-man show tonight, and he usually helps with the comments if a good question pops up, and I'm just like, oh, I missed that. So, whose three should you start? Pickens, Debo, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams. Okay, let's look at that question real quick. And like I said, I'm sorry if I missed your comment. Don't hate me. Don't get mad. I'm sorry. There's so much happening. Okay, definitely starting Pickens. You're playing my Bears. Or, no, I'm saying you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, but you have George Pickens on your team. You're starting him. I think he's going to have a big game. I think there's going to be so many Dallas football players that's going to have a great fantasy week. So we've got the Rams and the Eagles. Oh, man. He's starting A.J. Brown against the Rams defense. Is the Rams defense a little bit better than Eagles? I think so. I mean, I think A.J. Brown might find the end zone. Debo, who's the backup for the Commanders? Isn't it Marcus Mariota? Is Marcus Mariota going to find Debo in the end zone? I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't think anything's been ruled out on Jaden Daniels yet. Devontae Adams, that's another one. That's a really good matchup. Did somebody request up? I think I'm going to be on for another 8 minutes. But sorry if somebody requested up. I just saw it pop up and it disappeared. If you wanted to jump back up or request up, definitely do that. If somebody requests up here in the next minute or two, it'll probably be the last maybe the last request up, or maybe I'll just do comments. I'm trying to see where I'm at in the comments section. So let's see. I'm going to read some of these old ones. And like I said, I'm sorry if I missed Chase Brown. Oh, you traded Chase Brown for Nick Chubb? I definitely feel like, The Thing, one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I just saw the profile picture. Awesome profile picture. I think that's The Thing. Pretty sure it's The Thing. I just saw that profile picture and I was like, oh, I love it. I love The Thing. Huge movie guy. When I'm not talking NFL, I'm a big movie guy. I'm always doing movie reviews. So that's why I'm the movie guy / it's the NFL guy, because I love talking NFL football and fantasy, but I also love movies too. So that's why I made my name like that. I mean, if you traded Chase Brown, let's see. I think, if Chubbs can stay healthy, he's solid. I think Chase Brown's solid. Is the passing going to be good for the Bengals with Browning in there? I think Chase Brown, maybe they'll concentrate more on the running game or something. I don't know, but James Cook. for Chase Brown and I would not be trading James Cook at all. James Cook is solid. I just not would be trading James Cook. Not well, you're getting two. Man, it could pay off if Nick Chubb can stay healthy. But that's a big. And then when Mixon comes back, does Chubb's playing time go down? But I just would stick with James Cook. I think James Cook is definitely, definitely the one who should be starting. Let's see. Sutton or Etienne? Is that Travis Etienne? Who's the Jags playing? Wait, let me go through here again. I know I just went through it. Oh, the Texans? Oh, man. I could see Etienne going off. But I also could see Sutton going off too. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, it is the Chargers. I will just say I think Etienne has the better chance to have the most fantasy points, I think. That's just my guess. I don't know. Like I said, two dads, too many bad picks. I don't know. I would trust Etienne, I think. I think so. If anybody gave me a follow, thank you. I just want to say thank you. Bowers or Kraft this week. Oh, can you start both? Is that Peyton? Is your league allow where in a flex you can start two tight ends? I'd be starting both. I know Bowers was a little banged up. And Mayer got some playing time, but man, that's a tough one. Both solid. Wow. You know what? I'm going to say Tucker Kraft. They're playing the Browns. I think Tucker Kraft could go for 25 fantasy points against the Browns. I really do believe that. But if like I said, if your league allows two tight ends to start Bowers and start Kraft. Oh man. I should have had some coffee before I got on. Let's see. I think I already answered your I would start, yeah, if I'm going back to this. I'm starting Pickens, I'm starting Debo, and I'll just say AJ Brown. I'll just say those three. But let's see, what else do we got? Do. Who do I replace Joe? I don't think I answered this. Who do I replace Joe Burrow with? Oh my God, Baker's there. Man, I will say in the long run, take Baker. 44 touchdowns last year. Daniel Jones, I just don't trust it to last. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust Daniel Jones. I think you could trust Daniel Jones this week. Going forward, I just really don't know. But I don't wish anything bad against Daniel Jones. I think Baker, honestly, is a better quarterback in general and definitely a better fantasy football player in general. So I would definitely, if Baker is there, I would be picking up Baker in a heartbeat. So, all right. Let's see. What do we got here? Is that... Oh, shit. All right. Let's see. Is that... Jacoby in the flex. I don't know. I really don't know. It just depends on if Gino's going to have a good game or not. Because if it's hard to say. Because I don't think Gino is a terrible quarterback. I think he's better than some quarterbacks in the league. But it just depends if on Geno Smith. That it's hard. I'm like, they're playing the Commanders. Ugh. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, hey everybody, I'm gonna end the live. It's 11 o'clock. I'm sorry if like some of you requested up and I didn't get to and stuff and everything, but definitely give me a follow. Touchdown Talk. There might be a show tomorrow. Not 100% sure. We only do it on Tuesdays, but since Dadpool wasn't here, I kind of want him here. I love talking to him. I love having him on. He's my co-host. If not, we'll do a show next Tuesday, recapping week 3 of the NFL. Who laid a dud in fantasy? Who went off? Am I going to rant about the Chicago Bears because Dallas put 80 on us? It's a possibility. Anyway, it's Touchdown Talk. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, the Random Chat Series also. If you're late to the live, I will post that on my YouTube channel, the Random Chat Series, if you want to watch it or whatever. But anyway, possible show tomorrow, not 100%, but if not tomorrow, next Tuesday, we also been talking, real quick before I go too, we also been talking about just doing some fantasy shows. Instead of just doing one show a week, we might pop up and be like, hey, this is a fantasy topic. Come up. Let us know who you're starting. Do you think you're going to win? So we're definitely going to have, more shows. I've got to discuss that with Dadpool. So tomorrow might be actually a fantasy show. It might just be a replay of Touchdown Talk. So anyway, give us a follow. Dadpool, the one Dadpool you love to hate, give him a follow. Thanks, everybody. You guys were awesome. I have to say, everybody in the comments tonight, you guys were the best. You guys were the best. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for coming up. So many lives ignore the comments. And it was a one-man show. I was trying to pay attention to the comments and talking to the guests and stuff and everything. But you guys are awesome. Please come back again next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Touchdown Talk. Anyway, it's the NFL guy. Have a great night, everybody. Talk to you later. And that will end the show for tonight. See you later.